Hey everyone, I'm Adam.
Oh, hi, I'm Debbie.
And me, I'm Sunny Justice, and this is how we close. Okay, let's come on. Okay, hey everyone. Hey everyone, there's Paige and there's Adam. Paige, of course, we're going to do our shout outs in a second here, but let's make sure. Let me turn my volume up actually. 1 second. All right. All right. Paige, thank you very much for joining us tonight, of course.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So
We are very excited. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just going to do our roll calls page quickly to say hi to everyone, and then we'll get started. So again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hi, June. Thank you for becoming a new member. Actually, go ahead, Paige. Can you see the names?
Yeah, I've been saying hi to a couple people, but hi, June. Nice seeing you guys here. I don't know the second one, but Deb, hello. I said hi to you. Purdue RN, it's good to have you. TTM Fangirl, D. Ashley, Dawn Spain, Daisy. It's good to have all you guys in here. Remy's stuff, hello. VVSKO, Jill Mosier, Sharon Parker. I already said you, girl. And then Lake Michigan. It's good to have all you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Paige, who is our other guest there in the corner?
Ashley?
No, you're in the window.
That's Chippy Boy. His name's Chip. He is my crazy feline. He's gotten out twice in the last 2 days. He's an indoor cat, but he wants to live outside and hunt. So, poor guy.
Okay. Hi, Peace Through. Hi, Hana Lee. Hi, Who Dis. And yeah. So, again,
Hey, Lake Michigan.
You had him Lake Michigan, but let's say it again. Hey, Lake.
Who Dis?
This is in the house. Jumping Jack. Wow.
And just really quickly, before we get started, Belinda, I just wanted to let you know that we are all thinking of you, and we love you, and our hearts are with you right now.
Absolutely. Belinda is one of our great mods that comes in here and unfortunately, there was a tragedy within her family. And Belinda, we I don't even know what to say besides our prayers and our hearts go out to you. You know that you're in our private group. If you ever need any of us just to talk to somebody, absolutely, you know we're there for you.
Absolutely.
Um, so sad.
Nope, going on, but I'll put a prayer up for you.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you. Oh,
And
there's
Callie.
Bean. Uh, there's Belinda and Callie.
And
Okay.
Bean.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Paige, thank you for reaching out to the channel. Actually, you know what? Let's start from there. Okay, so you reached out to somebody, which then they referred you or told you to reach out to Adam,
Yep.
I believe it was. So actually, yeah, you want to start from there?
So basically I have not like I'm aware of the Michael Phillips videos and all that stuff, you know what I mean? I have friends, family, all sorts of people that send them to me and they're like, you know, this guy's off his rocker, but watch the video, your name's being brought up in this stuff. So I watch a couple minutes of it or whatever, but I never like go online to bash him or, you know, speak bad about him because you know, you don't ever know what somebody's going through. So I really don't know what he's going through that's making him do these things. But it's not really like I'm not one to I'm not going to judge him. Like you know what I mean? I'm not the creator. I'm not going to judge you. Like it is what it is. I'm mad about it. Yes. I'm hurt by it more than anything. You know, but so I reached out to somebody that I've stayed in contact with over the years, and I was like, you know, would you mind if I finally did a live and you know told my side of things and like, you know, and she was like, no, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna speak about anything that you've told me or anything like that. You know, that's between me and you. But I said I really would appreciate to be able to like finally go public and talk. You know, he keeps saying that I'm trying to hide. I've never tried to hide from any of this. I've been fully cooperative through the full investigation, and I've done more than probably anybody would under the given the circumstances. You know, like it's a serious matter to be wrapped up in, but I willingly went in there, no lawyers, nothing, and you know, I did what I had to do because
Yes.
I had nothing to hide.
Yeah. Well,
So
I was going to say, I was going to say, Paige, you know, before we get into in that stuff there, I was going to say, do you want to explain to people, give them a little bit about who you are, what you've, like I said, your addictions prior and how you've cleaned up your life? Do you want to talk about that part first? Do you want to talk about that part after?
start off. So I got into addiction at an early age. I was a great student in school when I lived with my dad and stuff. But I went back and forth from my dad's to my mom's. Yeah, my mom has dealt with her own battle through stuff, you know. She's gotten a lot better. But growing up, I got into addiction around 12. I first started smoking weed at 12 and it fully escalated into full-blown addiction by age 16. And then all through my early 20s, I had my daughter. I've been to a couple rehabs. I obviously have been in trouble with the law before. That's nothing that I'm going to sit here and try to deny. Every time I went into court, I've pled guilty for my stuff. I've never took it to trial. I've never tried to fight it. It's like, you know, I did it. Here I am. Now, how can I fix it? You know, and every time that I have fallen, I've always tried to get back up and do the right thing. But unfortunately, addiction has been the worst battle that I've dealt with. I got pregnant at 21 and I was clean for a while and I relapsed about a handful of times from the time that my daughter was born until now. And about a year ago, I took the steps to get off of the medication management that I was on. I was on a medication management for opiates so that I could get off of the opiates that I was on. And I did that for about 5 years. But last year, I got prescribed a new medication and it did not work well with my system. I ended up going to jail. Like DCS got involved, all that stuff. I totally hit a whole new level of low. You know, DCS coming into my life was a new thing, but I asked for them to come and help because I knew that if I just had their help, that I could get my daughter home, number one, I wouldn't have to worry about fighting for custody of her with my family again. And, you know, that they would make me jump through the hoops that I needed to really learn how to love myself without needing to be on any type of medication. And over the last year, I've been able to do that. My DCS case is closed. My daughter's home. I think DCS told me this was the quickest case they've had in our town, in our state, that opened and closed. And that made me feel good because, you know, that showed me that I can do anything, number one. And I've done it all without being prescribed medication. And that's really what I came on here to share with people because, you know, Gary, her granddaughter was wanting to go to Florida, and she reminds me so much of myself when I was that age. So if I can spread the word and help somebody else, that's what I want to do.
Absolutely. Now, for anyone coming into chat who does not know who Paige Turley is, Michael Phillips from what is his name? True Evil or True Evil? I always forget. True Evil investigates
Hunting Evil.
Hunting Evil. What am I saying? True Evil. Well, Hunting Evil investigates. Okay. So the only reason why actually our channel knows this name, Paige Turley, is because of Michael Phillips. So Michael has been talking about Paige Turley for about what, the whole time now, pretty much, Paige?
Ever since it happened, unfortunately, this has been a total nightmare for 6 years that I've lived through.
Okay. And if through any discussion that you have, do you want to, so why did Michael bring your name into this?
See, that's what me and my wife don't know. Like, he swears I was there that night. I picked her up and took her somewhere, which was supposedly Gabe Ellis' house. But like you and I have had our private discussions. I've shared my stuff with the police, and I can be 110% accounted for that night, the next day, the whole week, the month, whatever. Because he did mention GPS coordinates, so I do have mine. I paid my phone.
Which we can verify. We're not going to show, but we have seen.
Right, we can verify that. Paige did share with me those coordinates, but they're nothing that's going to be ever shown by us. And so, but just to verify that Paige did show me her GPS coordinates, she didn't even know that she could do that actually. And then, but you can, and then it basically gives you a timeline, 11th and 12th of the timeline. Yep. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, basically, Michael has been, you know, saying your name for the last 6 years. Paige Turley, Paige Turley picked her up, and you're saying that I don't even know who Karina is besides her story on, you know, besides her case. So, so like I said, so to anyone out there, hey, Extracted Thoughts, hey, Blaine. So, right. So you're saying, I asked you this and you said it both times, like, you don't know actually who Karina McClurkin is besides knowing about the case.
Right. I don't know her. The only person that I knew that was connected to her was LaBrittany. I met her 2 times in my life, never even left the car. I met her through a mutual friend. It was just you know, I was using at the time, and so was she. So that was that. I didn't even know she had a sister, and I don't know Marlena. I know her from the story, obviously, and people reaching out to me, but I've never met her. Like, I don't know them. I don't really know Gary. I just know that I've talked to her for 6 years. So
I feel like
to be clear, can you tell everyone who LaBrittany is?
LaBrittany would have been her sister. Like, I don't know if it's her full sister, half sister, whatever. They have different last names, so I don't really know how they. I think it's on her mom's side. I don't know. Yeah, but.
And when you say you never left the car, what do you mean by that? Like,
I was with my wife and my wife's sister at the time, and we went to LaBrittany and LaBrittany's friend to get something from them, and I never got out of the car. I just know her because I seen her hand them something. So
right.
But
this was not. But again, to be clear, this was not the night. This was not October 11th.
No, this was like years prior to that even happening.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
I just want to be very clear because I know a lot of people are.
Yeah, a lot of
there's so much confusion around this that.
But no, absolutely not.
Mhm. Now, I was going to say too. Okay, so there's stuff that that he has said over the time about your vehicles, about that he like part of Delphi, about your Trailblazer, your Mustang. Do you want to explain again? Talk about those because he's saying that that's
The thing about it is I got the Trailblazer. I had it for a few weeks. The brake lines end up like I would not say snapping, but something happened to where the brake lines was like about to snap. And I didn't have anybody supporting me financially, taking care of my mechanical issues. We had a baby on the way. My wife was pregnant. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it up on Marketplace. I'm going to see if I can trade it right out because I didn't have money to put into a new car. So that's what I did. And it was traded through a place that it can obviously be tracked down. So I'm not even worried about that. But I traded it to somebody that had a PlayStation and a Mustang. And I was like, ooh, I've always wanted a Mustang. They look cool. Like, it sounds like awesome. You know what I mean? It's a stick shift. And I was like, yes, I love stick shifts. So I got it. And then we're getting closer to my wife's due date. And my wife's like, I cannot drive a stick. Why would you have gotten a stick? We only have a car. And it was 2-door. So I was like, all right. So then I put that on Marketplace and traded it for like a bigger family car, like, obviously through my years of addiction and trying to get clean, I had so many cars I can't even keep up. I was always trading them, selling them, whatever, because I was young. I wanted something new. I wanted something cooler. I thought I'd get something better. And most of the time I always got a piece of shit. Something was wrong with it and then I couldn't fix it. So.
Right. And everyone knows that 2-doors are great when you're expecting a baby.
Right. I mean, not even that, but stick shift alone is going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this isn't going to work. So I really didn't think that all the way through, but I'm not worried about it because like I told Sonny, the police are going to follow the evidence and where that leads. They aren't just, what I mean? They've never contacted me again since I did an interview with them the first time and, did a test for them. They've never contacted me since.
And when was that?
That was back in 2016 or 17. One of the two. I think maybe 17 I did that. And then I talked to them. I called them about a year later because I never heard anything. And I was like, this Michael Phillips guy, he's harassing me. Like, I want to do something about it. What do I do? And they told me to get a lawyer. And they were like, but honestly, I wouldn't even worry about it. You're not a suspect. Like, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine to you guys. But like,
right.
It's not fine for my family. It's not fine for me.
Yeah, because you've had a cloud of suspicion over your head for 6 years. And that's a hard reality to live with, especially when you're trying to get
challenge. Like, it's a challenge to get sober, number one. But number two, when it feels like the world looks at you like you're an awful person, because I'm such a people pleaser. I have such a big heart. Like, I would do anything for anybody, and for somebody to think that I could be a part of something so awful, like, that's what hurts the most.
Right. And I mean, I know that you're just one of the 200 names that he's dropped with him, and he's going to come to find out that there's a lot. He is so wrong on a lot of what he thinks, but there's no stopping him. We know this. He will continue on. This live, we know, will not impact him. It will probably, make him rant some more. We know this. And so, right. But at the end of the day, again, we appreciate the fact, though, that you're coming on and you're going, hey, look, I think it's time now that I said something because this is not okay. That for 6 years or whatever it's been now almost, that he's been talking about me, bringing up my family, and my children, and just, again, right, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing for sometimes things to happen where it's just for a little bit and then it blows over. But he constantly, you're one of the names that he's always dropping, saying Paige Turley picked her up. She drove her, whatever, so she knows what happened. She's, and then there was something about being on camera, like we talked about. And even though it was Flint Farmer, I believe, that was on camera, and Karina McClurkin. But again, the truth will come out. You would have been in front of that grand jury if, like, you could tell that you're not even worried. like, do you know what I mean? It's like you can tell that it's like, you know what? Like, I know I'm not in trouble. Like, I know I didn't do anything. I wasn't part of this.
It's
You
like
know?
if it's on camera, like I would totally have been interviewed again. And like I am so easy to identify. You know what I mean? I'm a female that looks like a boy. I'm very heavy set. I have tattoos. Like, I mean, tattoos alone identify a person very easily, especially on camera. So it's like they identified Flint easy. You know what I mean? They never once have came to me and said, "Hey, you're on this photo. Like, let's talk about it." They've never even talked to me about it again because obviously, like, their evidence is not pointing in my direction, and that's the thing. I'm not worried about getting in trouble. I'm worried about like clearing my name. My kids are getting older. They have friends that I have to talk to their parents. You know, God forbid their parents watch these crazy videos and be like, you know what? No, my kid cannot come to your daughter's birthday party. That's my biggest fear because I'm not a bad person. I've made tons of mistakes throughout addiction, but I'm not a bad person.
I was gonna say, Paige, we have a good friend of ours that comes into our channel, and he's been on our lives before. He is a retired police officer that has worked in as a crime scene technician. He's done a lot of things. Now he has a YouTube channel of his own recently as well. His name is True Crime Web. His name is Steve.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
Steve
a certified bullshit detector.
Yes, he is. And so he said, from LE perspective, she hits every indicator for honesty. Absolutely. We have talked prior to this, me and Adam, like Adam separately and me and Paige separately. And again, yeah, and together. And so, Steve, thank you very much for saying that. By the way, I mean, I hope your meetings are going great. Those fishing trips are doing it. Yeah.
Paige, do you mind if I ask? Okay, so have you ever had a conversation with Michael?
Yeah, I have. And I've tried to explain just what I'm explaining to you, you know what I mean? And he gets so frustrated. He threatens me that I'm going to prison for 30 years. He threatens me that I am going to go down and I'm going to get buried and all this stuff. And it's like, and then he'll block me because he does not like what I have to say. And I've never been violent with him. I've never been like, I'm going to beat you up for what you said. Like, I've always been like, this is like a point of harassment and I could sue you, but like, you probably don't even have money that's worth me putting my money into trying to sue you. You know what I mean? So it would be pointless. He doesn't have anything that I could sue him for. So I'm just going to try and clear my name this way because I'm tired of it. Like, I'm fed up.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just go back over this again. Oh, I went blurry. Darn it all. Adam, I'm going to go back out. Can you clear up again?
Just really quickly. So Paige, I mean, I can say that from the message you sent me on the first night, like after we were connected through our mutual connection. I mean, I could tell from reading your message to me that you had nothing to hide, that you were genuine. There was sincerity in what you were saying. There was even unnecessary openness in some of the stuff you said. And I immediately, then messaged Sunny and Deb and relayed that information because I didn't have a doubt in my mind that you were someone that I felt would 100% tell your story and be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing. Growing up, I was in one fight as a kid, like one fight, and it was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. I didn't even know what I was doing. I don't fight, like, you know what I mean? Like, I have a mouth on me. Yes. Like everybody does. I'm not going to let somebody, but I'm not a violent person. And that's the, like, what hurts because it's like, I didn't live my life for violence or anything like that. Like when I started my addiction and it got real heavy, I got all my stuff for free from my kid's dad. Like, I didn't even have to mingle with the wrong crowd. Like, Gabe Ellis was the wrong crowd that came in to my kid's dad's life. And I knew instantly I didn't like him. He didn't like me. And,
Paige, were you actually, since you're going down that road that we talked about, can you please tell your story like you were telling me about what happened and how you were getting, like how the drugs and you were saying to Gabe, like, look, like, don't be feeding this shit to my family. Like, can you, okay.
from day one, Gabe's always wanted what I've had. He always had a thing for my wife. He's never liked me. He always thought her and take her from me and all that stuff. So that was always like one of the reasons why he hated me. But another reason was because when my kid's dad got into addiction really bad, and my wife was getting into addiction really bad. Like I went to him and I told him, and I'm like, you're going to quit feeding them this. I'm like, you're going to end up killing one of them, or, something, one of them's going to overdose. And I'm like, I don't want that, and he did not like what I had to say. I pretty much gave him like an ultimatum of like, you're going to quit feeding my family this stuff, or, you might end up in trouble or something, because it's like, I don't want my kid to grow up without a dad. And unfortunately now she is. But he had me come over to his house. So I went over there. I thought I was just going to go over there to talk to him. And he put me on my knees right in front of his living room door and held a 9mm gun down my throat, and like was threatening that he was going to kill me. And I was just so lost at that time. I didn't have my daughter. I was like, you know what, if you're going to do it, do it, like do it. Don't just sit here and torture me. Cause like that's a scary thing. I've never had that happen before. And to have it that close, I'm sure it was loaded. Like, you know what I mean? Like anything could have happened. Like it was scary for me. Like I still have PTSD from that. And, thank God, like he didn't end up pulling the trigger. But the thing about it is that shortly after that, I moved to Florida to go to rehab. I wanted my kid's dad to come with me. He wasn't ready. He wanted to stay and get my daughter back from my family that my family had temporary guardianship over. And I was in Florida at a halfway house, and I got a call January 9th, 2016, that he was dead. And he died at Gabe Ellis's house from
the needle to the neck.
Yeah.
A hot shot.
He didn't shoot up, so I'm just confused about the whole thing. I feel like his case, he's a victim and he should have been looked into more, because right afterwards they went and robbed him. They took his car for 2 years. His mom had to pay thousands of dollars to get it back from him. I mean, Gabe says that I took Karina to his house that night, but Gabe's the one that started that story. And it was not Karina that I took there. It was another girl that looks like Karina, because I went there at 1 a.m. to try to see if he had some of the stuff that was Justin's that I could get back to give to my daughter for when she got older, because he has nothing of her dad, nothing. And I went there at 1 a.m. Well, it was like 12:56 or something. The girl got out of his car and overdosed in his driveway. I picked her up and I took her straight to St. Joe Hospital. And you've seen the verification. Yes. That happened August 24th, 2016. So a month and a half prior to this whole situation. So, with Gabe getting arrested for pedophile charges, I'm sure he wanted to make a deal. So he brought that up. The stories got confused. It was never Karina, though. And that girl that I took to the hospital is still alive to this day. So she's well.
That girl you said is still alive to this day. You said that girl is still alive. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say,
I don't know if I can share his name. Like, I don't know.
You know what? You don't have to. You can give him a fictitious name or something. Doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say it, because I don't have anything to hide. But her name's Shayna Turner. If anybody knows her, she's got tons of overdoses and all sorts of stuff. She's unfortunately struggled with addiction for a long time. You know what I mean? I think she's still lost in addiction, so I hope not, but she is still alive to this day. And those records all check out. So
yeah, right. So basically you're saying that Gabe Ellis is the one that basically thought that it was you that dropped off Karina.
Yeah, took her somewhere else.
Right.
Now, was Gabe Ellis, do you know at that point, was he already involved with her cousin?
I don't even know, because I wasn't hanging out with him, so I don't really know who he was dating, but I know around that time frame he was with her cousin, but I don't think she was there that night. It was just him that came outside real quick.
Right. Yeah, because it seems like that was a very poorly kept secret for a while.
Yeah.
That he was dating that, Karina's cousin who was a minor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Unfortunately.
Blaine says, I know her. I did the same thing with her.
Do you know Blaine, Paige?
I don't know any of the farmers. I've seen Blaine on your channel or whatever. But no, I don't know him. I know he did a video with Michael and they were talking about my car and I'm just like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, this is all new to Blaine. First of all, we kind of, we were talking about the Karina McClurkin case because he had asked again to come on after Vincent Farmer had come on. And again, then Blaine asked if he could have a voice. And like, it's kind of like really, it's just, they've been thrown into a whirlwind of a bunch of different information as well. And we all know, I'm just going to blatantly say this, Michael is not the go-to person to go to. He might have fought hard, but I'm sorry. Again, he put out a 6-minute video today talking about me, talking about you, and, all this stuff. And again, I mean, at the end of the day, at some point, he should just shut up, listen to people, instead of wanting to be the talker all the time. And maybe just, because he's got it planted in his head that he knows the whole story. And I'm sure that in Michael's world, Karina, no matter if she was identified or not, is still underneath the Cutler Bridge, type of thing. And like I said, he talks like you're about Delphi. And at the end of the day, like he is the last source of information.
And that's the thing.
Hindsight.
I seen a comment on his page where somebody was like, she was identified, it was her, and they found her, but she was identified. He never even commented back. He has no response to that, and that's the thing. It's like
he doesn't listen.
It's like, oh, how many people you're hurting? Because you're not just hurting me, you're hurting my kids, you're hurting my family, you're hurting my siblings, you're hurting my in-laws. My grandma died.
I was gonna ask, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, my grandma died last year. She was my biggest supporter. I'm pretty sure they even went out to her house and searched the property at one point because Michael said she was out there. Yeah, he said that she was at my other house, told a realtor that, so I'm sure they searched there. But anyways, my grandma got cancer, and the cancer took her really fast. But my grandma, I think she always knew for a fact. I didn't have anything to do with it. It was the point that she had to hear it, and then the point that she had to die with not getting closure of them having an arrest, of them having found the girl. Like, she just died, like, hearing this. And that's what hurts because I did so much changing to get better. And it's like, all I wanted to do was make my family proud. I've hurt my family so much over the years with getting in trouble and relapsing and overdosing and trying to commit suicide that, like, I can't tell you how many times my family's woke up and I've been in the hospital on a ventilator, because I either overdosed or tried to kill myself because I was so fed up with living that, like, in addiction. Like,
Paige, that brings me to a point here. And I'm so sorry for what he's putting you through and has put you through and your family. And I'm so glad that you have come on today to speak and be a voice, and you got that strength. You're doing that strength, right? Because really life is, right? Sometimes when you get thrown those lemons, you make lemonade because, meaning you can't change what somebody else does. You can only, like it says, you're in control of your own thoughts and whatever. So Paige, just like Blaine, thought to themselves, you know what? Maybe my stories can help other people. So last night, Paige was like, Sunny, can I ask you a question? And actually, to be honest, I was like, oh, please don't tell me you're canceling, because I was like, no.
That's what I thought too when I got your message this morning.
And you know what her question was? She's like, Sunny, how do I make a YouTube channel? Because I would like to help others. by telling my story too. And if it impacts somebody else's life. So last night, Paige was like, all over this. So I'm going to drop her link to her YouTube channel. It's called Addicted Right Across. And actually, it's called the name of your channel again, Paige. You go ahead and you say it.
It's Living Addicted by Paige Turley.
Absolutely. And so that's kind of beautiful to us is that, like I said, neither Vincent nor Blaine nor yourself did any of us reach out to anyone. You guys have all reached out to us, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that people understand that they can come on here and have a voice and not be judged, and that you can again say your truth, because at the end of the day only you know your truth. We don't,
right?
And
you mentioned that to me from the very first message, was that your intention was not just about yourself and to tell your story and clear your name, but that your ultimate goal was to help people and to kind of shine a light on what addiction can do to people. And I mean, I admired that right off the bat. And so I mean, I feel like yours and Blaine's case especially, you're using some negative, horrible things that you've gone through and that you caused in your life and that you've been through, but that you're now at a point where you want to turn those things into helping other people so they don't, out. I guess, I don't want to be, I don't mean to be insensitive.
Like, I don't know, like this whole thing, he's like, oh, you're bringing a criminal on your page. And it's like, you know what? I would consider the things that I did at the time criminal behavior, but to label me a criminal is far from the truth, because I'm much more than just a person that's made bad mistakes. I'm a mom, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a granddaughter, I'm a wife, I'm a hard worker. I work at my job 5 days a week, 40 hours a week for my family to be able to eat. These inflation prices are killing everybody. But you know what? I go in every day, my feet killing me, my back hurting, and I will build you the next best car. But like, I go in there with a smile on my face, because like, I know the deep, dark places that I've been. Okay. I know when I've woke up in the hospital on a ventilator and the doctors are telling my wife and my dad, she's probably not going to make it. And if she does, she might be brain dead. I know the deepest, darkest places that I've been to, but I can honestly sit here and say my deepest, darkest places never took me to violence. It never took me to want to harm another person to get something for myself. I never had to do that stuff. And that's just not me as a person. So yeah, I have made mistakes. I have been to jail, but I've also went through the court system. I've went through DCS. I've gotten my daughter home full-time. Case is closed. I willingly opened that case so that my daughter had the protection of knowing that if I did everything right, she would for sure be home with me. That's why I opened the case on myself, because I'm a good mom. I wanted to protect my daughter and my rights at that. So I definitely want people to reach out to me, because I want to start making videos about, how I've done it, because most people that enter DCS, a lot of them don't get their kids back. They lose their kids, and it's unfortunate, but like, life is never too short to make a difference or wake up the next day and say, I'm going to try something different. My friend, she is real into her church thing right now. And she was like, she's like, Paige, you have a story to tell. And that's what really inspired me to want to do this and stuff, because I do have a story to tell. And I'm glad that you guys are giving me a way to share that. I really appreciate you guys. And I hope that we can really become, lifelong friends through this. This is awesome.
Well, I was gonna say, like I said, through this too, it's like, me and Blaine, and this channel, and I was on his channel last night, and it's just like I said, I have no problem myself helping anyone, and I know Deb or Adam doesn't either. When we see that, like I said, when I see that people want to do things, especially to help others, right? Because it's healing, it's helping and healing at the same time. Just like, Blaine and yourself, and others that are watching have been through different things in their life, like different roads, different paths, and maybe it's not some of them not so great. And you're trying to, like I said, bring yourself into have been bringing yourself into a better light in a sense, to fight again the addictions. And everyone knows that addictions are not easy, right? They're just not. I have a niece that's been 15 years old and she's 32 now, and she still fights addictions. And then she's off, and then she's fighting, and then she's off, and then she's fighting. And she's been doing it over. Yeah.
Battle for the rest of life. And that's the thing, like the cravings, they do slow down, but they do creep up. But it's all about mindset, mind over matter. Like, am I gonna let this take control of me again?
Right.
Is it worth?
I'm sorry, Paige. No.
It's distracting. Yeah, Blaine personally wanted to say, Sunny and Adam, will you let her know that I believe her? And I apologize if I ever ran her name down. So if he was talking about you on Michael Phillips' channel, because he was just going based off stuff that he had heard.
No, I get it.
And so he's saying, hey, you know what? I apologize. I'd like to collaborate with her. Absolutely. See,
apology, and I see a lot of admiration in him for his family and his loyalty and stuff, and I get it. Like if I was in that position, I can't imagine how I would feel. But
absolutely.
Blaine and I do have a lot in common with our struggles where we've been through in life, and I'm glad that he's apologizing. That does mean a lot, because I don't want anybody to think poorly of me like that.
Yeah. And you guys, honestly, too, would make a great live together. He's saying I would like to collaborate with her. Absolutely, absolutely stuff like that just is awesome to watch. To be honest with you, Paige.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry,
I'm
Adam.
down.
No, you're fine. I mean, and that was something. That was something I've commended Blaine for. Is that I know it's not. I mean, I can only imagine that it can't be easy to come in and talk about some of the worst moments in your life publicly.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think the words I used with him is, I admire the amount of rawness and like the dark sides of yourself that you're willing to like talk about, because it's not a part of life that everyone understands or that everyone can identify with. And so to shine a light on what that can look like when it's not just from the lens of someone judging, or because you read things in the newspaper and you're like, oh, so and so there were all these meth busts and all these things, but these are human beings behind each one of those, and not one of those people got into the place they are because they woke up one day and decided, I want to ruin my life. And so, I mean, I commend you for what you're doing.
That means a lot. Somebody in the comments asked if I know Tyler Joe French. I don't know him.
Yeah. So let's go over this again. So Paige Turley is on our line. Michael Phillips has dropped her name for a long time now to do with the Karina McClurkin case. So basically, Paige has said, look, they got the wrong person. It wasn't me that dropped her off that night. It was a different friend that looks kind of, I guess, like Karina. And she's saying, like, look, I would have, they would have hauled me in. They would have done this, but I wasn't there. I didn't drop Karina off. I didn't even know Karina. So that's who Paige Turley is. It's a name that Michael Phillips has been dropping around for a long time now. And she's just tired of it. She just wanted to speak her truth. And I have asked her about Delphi, and she's been more than willing to try to help me, but she doesn't know a lot of the names that she doesn't know Garrett Kurtz. She doesn't know, Jeff Reagan. She doesn't know Ashley Garth, besides maybe what she's heard about Delphi, like through the news and stuff like that. Do you know anything about Flora? Somebody asked earlier.
Like what about? I went to a rehab there when I was pregnant with my daughter. Other than that, I was not allowed to leave that rehab. Nothing.
Not Florida. Flora,
Indiana. I went to a rehab there too. At one point, I was pregnant, 21 at the time. But
what's the name of that? What's the name of that rehab there?
I don't even know. A lady.
Because that's what we've heard about.
Jackie Partlow owned it. She was a nice lady, but
They
other
closed
than
it down, right?
there for that, huh?
Did they close that one down?
I think so. I was there throughout my pregnancy, and then I went home. But other than that, I don't know anything about Flora. I've never like lived there other than that little rehab stay, but no.
Steve from True Crime Web again. A retired LE officer. We love him. And again, if there's anything that you ever want to reach out to him for, he is a great person. If, like he said, he can help you. He can give you advice on how to get rid of the idiots that try to troll you. But anyways, a great human being. Him and his wife, Mrs. Steve. He says, "Congrats! This is one, if not the best interview and addiction awareness I've seen. She is the poster child of hope for those who continue to struggle." And that's just it, Paige, right? It's like
That's
this.
what I wanted to do this for, because I've lost so many friends to addiction, and like just because my name got tied into the Karina thing, like it's made me follow her case. And I was telling Gary, Gary's such an amazing woman. Like, God, I have to love her for just how she handled everything. But the whole thing, like, I feel like, I owe this to my kid's dad. Like, for Karina, she never got the chance. And it's like, I just want to be able to help somebody, because there is another way to get through it. And even if you feel like you don't have your family, because I had to do this without the support of my family this time. And that was the hardest thing. Like, I didn't have family that would let me live with them. I didn't have family that was calling me every day. I totally had to just wake up and be like, you know what, Paige, you're gonna do this. You're gonna get off your medications, and you're gonna be at your full potential, because like I have wasted so many years, and it's like God has kept me alive so many times when I should have been dead. Like, I should have died. Like, and it's like he wants me, he wants me here for something, and I want that to be a good purpose. Like, I've not had the best reputation when it comes to legal issues, but it's like I'm ready to change that. Like,
Absolutely.
I want people to know me for me and the good in me and my heart. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
And again, Paige, go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
I say, and I have two questions for you, really quick.
No,
So,
take time.
do you think that? I mean, where do you think the connection? I mean, I know that it's hard you to speculate on someone else's motives or in intention, but I mean, do you think that like the connection that brought you into this from that person is solely were you friends with Gabe Ellis on Facebook? Like, where do you think your name came from to him?
well, because he was my kid's dad was like living with him and living at
Right.
his house part time. But my kid was like, he was staying at his house all the time. So when I would go see Justin, like I would always be around Gabe.
Right. Do you
Kaylin,
think that's where Michael Phillips came into you?
Kaylin, my wife, was always around Gabe, and I feel like Michael Phillips picked up the information that Gabe had given the McClurkins family or the police, and picked it up and ran with it from there, because it's like at the time Gabe was wanting to cut a deal. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I got this great information here, give me a lower sentence. But it's like what he failed to understand was like evidence leads where it leads, and obviously it didn't pan out for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that story didn't pan out, and it's like I have the proof that I'm talking about. It's not like two people died in his driveway within a month and a half. I mean, come on, I didn't even like the guy. I don't like him. I didn't hang out with him. I went there for one purpose, and that was to see if I could get anything for my daughter's like memory box.
Right.
That was it.
And for anyone that came into the chat a little late, I mean, we're talking. Gabe Ellis is someone that like literally held a gun in your mouth,
Yeah,
and tried to kill you,
knowing that I had a daughter that was about 3 at the time. Like, he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, no remorse.
Yeah,
He
he
didn't
doesn't
care.
seem to like women much.
I have no idea how many overdoses he's had at his house. I've heard like 3 or 4, but I do know my kid's dad was one of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like that should have been investigated more, because he did not shoot up. So how did that mark get in his neck that killed him? And then And then they found heroin and stuff in his pockets. And Justin didn't do heroin. He did the meth. He didn't do heroin, but why? Like, it was in his pocket like it was an overdose. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was a setup for them to go rob him. It was staged. Like, and I wish the police or the coroner would look into it more, but it's like, it's been so many years.
Do you want your wife to come say hi to us?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I hear.
Wife. So
Hi.
anyway,
Hey.
that's Kaylin. So part of Michael Phillips' story, he said that I dated LaBrittany, and obviously, if anybody knows LaBrittany, she's a stud. I'm a stud. Two studs. I don't like studs, but that's my wife. We've been together for going on 9 years.
You're going to have to explain what a stud is to everyone in the chat.
It's like a girl that likes to dress like a boy, like a pretty boy. You know what I mean? It's not like I have style, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so me and her would not be like, I would not be attracted to her. She would not be attracted to me. I even messaged Liberty and I was like, why are people saying we're dating? And she went clean off on me. She was like, don't message me like that. You know, blah, blah, blah. We have never been together. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just checking because that was the story. And I wanted to make sure, like, you're not telling people that because we have never been together. And me and my wife have been together for 9 years. He also said I was married to my kid's dad, which is totally false. I don't even like men like that. Like, I got pregnant. Like, we're not going to talk about how I got pregnant, but obviously I got pregnant and it wasn't planned. I was not dating him. He was not my man. Like, so, I mean, this whole story is just conspiracy theorists to the fullest. It's exhausting. It's been exhausting.
Right. And at the end of the day, you know, your story is not about Michael Phillips. He just unfortunately has targeted you. You know, like, this is about you and your experience and story. You know, he sadly has just become a thorn in the side of it.
Yeah. And then
you're bigger than any of that. So
yeah.
And it's just like this, you know. As Dee Ashley says, I'm torn see-through, which means one of the person. I feel bad, but on the other hand, he brings it all on himself. And that's just it. He does bring it all on himself. Right. He doesn't know when to stop. He doesn't know when to shut up. He doesn't know when to listen. He makes the narrative about himself. Even when I let him come on to apologize to Peace after he tried to slander us for the donation night for Peace, like I was telling you about, no, he was relentless because he's that person that if he wasn't making the money off that donation night, that night type of thing, he gets butthurt and he'll block you. He'll start threatening you and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, now you pissed me off. Go ahead. You know, at the end of the day, he's brought this on himself. And, you know, like I said, I'm glad. I'm actually very glad because, you know, Michael's in this chat watching, even though I believe I already blocked him from one name already. Wow. But, you know, he's watching. And he needs to listen and he needs to hear instead of thinking that he knows that narrative and that he has it all figured out. Well, you were wrong, Michael, about where Karina's body was, you know, and you're wrong about a lot of things that you don't know you're wrong about yet. And Paige has her GPS coordinates for that night, right? Like she didn't even know, you know, and right, just like that person said, even though I believe it was Michael that I blocked because I've never seen that name before, so I blocked it. Bees keeper or something. But anyway, bottom line is that, you know, you've been trashing her name for like 6 years, basically, in a sense. And at what point wasn't she fed up? Again, you know, like somebody else said that person said they lived in Kokomo and has never heard of your name besides on YouTube. And that's exactly where it started from. It started from Michael.
His first video was like, you type in YouTube, Paige Turley, Cartel Crew. Like, oh my God, we lived in Kokomo, number one. But number two, I'm not a part of a cartel, okay? Like, if I was, I'm pretty sure I would not be all over YouTube talking about my run-ins with the law and addiction. And, like, that's not cartel, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that person. Because I'm open.
Now, go ahead.
Extracted Thought said two studs don't mix, which I was going to say, which is precisely why Sunny and I can't have a physical attraction to each other because we're two studs and we're not going to mix.
Yeah.
We're kind of alpha.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, God, what are you thinking? And it's just like, man, I don't even know about. I didn't come on here to like. I'm not
I
gonna.
know you didn't.
But he is off his rocker, and that's about all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I need to be mean to him. He has been totally mean to me and just relentless through the years. And like, if I was not as strong as I am, God, I would have given up by now, and I probably would have not have even been breathing today because this has been so much stress on me, my family. Like, I have PTSD from how many times I've been to jail. So then, like, think about it. Going in and like doing interviews, you know, it's like,
I know.
damn, this does not feel good. You know, when you go in to do the interview, you literally can smell the jail in the office, and it literally makes you sick. And it's like, I don't even know how I've gotten wrapped up in this, but it's heartbreaking because unfortunately, my daughter's 10. She can YouTube this. She can see this. And that's what hurts me the most because I
Yeah.
would give my life for my kids in a heartbeat. And I feel like I'm stunting what they could have due to this insanity, and it's hurtful.
Right. Yeah, no, you're 100% justified in feeling the way you do.
Yeah.
But I just, I'm like, I do think it's important that your story's not just about him, that your story is bigger than him. So,
I mean,
don't let him have that power over you anymore.
yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh, I was gonna say exactly because you can take the power back in a sense. Like I said, make a channel. Like I said, come on here, tell your story. That way, people. I love it when the horse's mouth speaks in a sense because again, it's coming out of your mouth. You're accountable for what you're saying in a sense, and again, right? Not everyone's gonna share everything about their life, you know, in a sense, and not like myself. I'm an open book, 95%, and there's that percent I'm not going to share with the world, you know, and because of course, right? Like meaning we're not going to share everything, type of thing about ourselves. But now you can take again, take it, empower yourself, and become like I said, sucks. Life sucks, and no one said it was fair. Definitely, Paige. But like I said, you know, if it guides you, you know, sometimes you have to look at life and be hindsight. So if this turns out because of all that this has happened, and then it turns out that you build yourself a YouTube channel to help other people, then you can kind of look at it like that you might have never have done that had it not been for that incident. Not that it's a good incident, but
Yeah.
right. But
And honestly, like I probably wouldn't have done it because, you know, like I was telling Gary, you know, I was like, you know, like your granddaughter has given me like strength to want to love myself more, want to act quicker on what I'm thinking. You know, Gary said that her granddaughter was thinking about, you know, going to rehab in Florida. I went to rehab in Florida, and it's like me and her like have so many of the same things that we've went through, and it's like I just want, you know, her memory to live on, and I want to like be able to help other people that didn't know where to go. Like I have so many connections for rehabs and so many connections for halfway houses. If people want to, you know, reach out to me, like I can get you there. You know what I mean? Like I can
Right.
get you there, and hopefully you can change her life too because she didn't get that chance, and it's so unfortunate. She's so young. You know, her
She's a
family
baby.
so much, and it's
Hey.
just like it's unfortunate.
Right. You know, and Paige, I would think that there are probably also a lot of parents out there that could benefit from hearing your story, just as far as, you know, like, well, anyone that has someone in their life, even if you're not the addict themselves, you know, I'm sure you have advice that would be invaluable to people that have someone they love going through addiction, or a parent that would be, you know, that would be afraid of pitfalls their child could fall into, you know, that would lead to addiction. Like, I mean, I'm sure your story could serve a lot of people in beneficial ways in that manner.
Yeah, because it's like addiction can lead you down the deepest and darkest holes, you know. And
Right. And it doesn't happen overnight, right?
this has been one of the darkest for me, you know. Like, and somebody that set up here, like, is she calling her Gary, like Gary? I apologize.
Yeah.
It's Gary.
It's
I've
Gary.
never met Gary in person, so it's like I always read her name and I get it wrong, but like I do apologize, Jerry. Like
Paige,
I
look at your cat.
my cat.
Look at your
Yeah.
cat.
bad.
Yeah, no,
Like, it's bad. You
It's
want
so
out.
funny. Someone in chat said, can someone else see the zombie cat in the back of the window? Yeah. So that
Big
your cat's name is Chirpy?
hippie boy.
Chirpy.
but I think your words about Karina were just beautiful, and I agree with you on that because ever since I become aware of Karina's case and like ever since I really kind of like ever since I started talking to Jerry, I mean, Karina, like, I'm never going to forget Karina McCurkin. I'm never going to forget this case. And I just hope that, like, by talking to Jerry, I gain, like, an ounce of, like, her strength and her, like, spirit through osmosis.
Yeah.
I don't know if that can happen online, but, but I hope it does. Because I admire that woman so much.
I do too. She just has so much willpower. She's really amazing. I know there's times throughout the years where she probably didn't like me because she didn't know the truth. You know what I mean? But I'm really proud that she like gave me your guys' info to like reach out to because that meant a lot. Like I told her that, you know, like I want to be able to spread the word. Like it doesn't have to be like that forever, you know. And I'm really thankful for that.
Well, you know what was funny though is because you kept saying the name Gary, and I kept thinking it was somebody else. And then only during this live, about half an hour ago, I realized that you were talking about Jerry when Adam said something to you, and I was like, oh, and I was
earlier.
gonna say something to you. I was gonna say, oh,
Bad.
but I just was like, okay.
I feel bad.
No. Okay, so do you mind?
I could sue him for slander, like I said earlier. I could, but I feel like I would invest more money in a lawyer and the court money than I would be able to get from him because I really don't think he has anything to offer. So it's like all I can do is speak my truth and share my word. So
And to be honest with you, I'm only because I've looked this up many times before. Slander is one of the hardest things to prove.
yeah, it is.
Most lawyers will not take it on because it's usually will just get tossed out and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you know, like I said, I doubt Michael's gonna stop. However, like I said, like we were saying, is that if this has brought in like a new path, kind of like to Blaine too, right? Like I said, you know, we're more than supportive, and I think that you and Blaine would do a great live together, especially when it's kind of like Blaine when I was on his live yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I love stories in a sense. I love hearing people's lives, and I'm just like, at one point, I'm like, oh, what do you mean about this person that went to prison or whatever like that? But you know what I mean? So I could listen, but I couldn't really associate because I've never really been there. But so I find it interesting to learn of people's experiences. So from that same token page, it gives people like myself or Adam or whoever, Deb, and people watching the chat, people that, you know, have never lived that lifestyle or gone down those paths. It gives, for me, I love knowledge. Knowledge is power. And it gives me knowledge. So every time Blaine talks, it's like, even though I don't know what's going to drop out of his mouth sometimes, I'm just like, oh, you know, because it's not a lifestyle I know of, but I know that you said, like, so have you been to just jail or prison as well? Or just jail? Okay.
So do you mind telling us what for?
Okay, so
because I know it'll come up and people will comment and they'll be, you know, so just to put it out there.
It does pop up. It's public info. I've been arrested ever since I was 18. I was a middleman in a cocaine deal. I made a phone call and they arrested me on a B felony for dealing. But they lowered that charge to a possession charge because obviously I wasn't the main dealer. I got set up. Somebody snitched on me. I was on audio and video. I was 18 years old. My mom was gone. I needed electricity in the house. I was just trying to get a bill paid. So that's what I did. And I went to jail for that. And then throughout my addiction, I kept getting arrested for OWIs, thefts, public intoxication, possession of controlled substances, possession of marijuana, just basically level 6 felonies for like drug involvement, like possession and stuff. But this last time I got arrested for a PI and 2 counts of neglect. I was trying to, me and my wife had separated at the time for a little bit. And I was trying to go to church, but I was on a new medication, and it was an anxiety medication. It did not act well. And I went to jail for public intoxication and 2 counts of neglect with my daughter and my daughter's friend. And that's where I asked DCS to come in, because I knew at that point, like, the medication was not helpful anymore. Like, I needed just to be off of everything, because it's going to be a revolving door, obviously. Like, if I kept living that way. I mean, I'm thankful for the Suboxone that I was on. It got me off of the opiate, but it was time. It was time to get off that too. You know,
because that is something that I think a lot of people do end up. Maybe I'm ignorant, but you can get. You can kind of end up addicted to Suboxone, right?
Yeah.
Because I've heard of that. Because that's a lot of times what they'll treat people to get off of opiates, correct? And then people can become dependent kind of on that.
Actually, like, I have had a withdrawal twice in jail coming off Suboxone, and I'm just here to tell everybody right now, the Suboxone was a much, much, much harsher and harder thing to come off of without anything else. It was the most miserable time of my life. And I'm thankful that I went through that, because it's like, it taught me, like, I do not ever want to be dependent on a medication again because of that. What? Hold on, my wife wants to say something.
Okay, so I also did Suboxone, and there is a new medication out that is easier to withdraw from, like to kind of plateau you off instead of such a harsh drop. It's called Sublocade. Yeah, it's called Sublocade, and it's a shot you get once a month, and then you can kind of ease off of that from there.
Then
I just learned about this.
Then
myself.
That way you're not like dependent on taking a pill twice a day or whatever. It's just a easier, better way. But that's what, like, on my YouTube channel when I start my videos, because I don't have any videos up right now, but I'm gonna make videos about like my life experiences. How I did the Suboxone and then how I came off of it. I just want to fix people.
And just like I said to Blaine, don't tell your story all in one go when you start talking about it. Breaking out in segments. People can handle 20 to 30-minute videos for the most part. We do lives, you'll eventually do lives, but and do that. But if you ever look at the kind of the graphics in a sense on your YouTube studio, you'll see that people can kind of 20 to 30 minutes is about their allotted time. Plus, you don't want to write; you want to give it to people in doses. That's how you can get more people to become aware and subscribe and do things like that.
Yeah.
And if you have a Twitter,
the lives can be a great way to interact with people and have a moving dialogue. While your wife was still, if you don't mind me asking, with both of you, like, having gone through like various stages, I'm sure, of recovery, like, did you both kind of decide to get sober at the same time, or you might, or like, what was that struggle like, both going through your own individual addiction?
We were both lucky.
She was pregnant, like, and she knew she had to get sober, so we both tried to check ourselves into this hospital here, and they found out that we were together, that we were dating, so they made us have like, one of you guys can stay, but one of you's got to go. And she was pregnant at the time, so I told her, I was like, you need to stay. You know what I mean? Like, you're having the baby, you stay. I'll go. I'll figure out myself. So I went home and I stayed at my grandma's house for a weekend, withdrew off of everything. And shortly after that, went and got put on Suboxone, and then she got put on Suboxone, and we went from there. And she had the baby. The baby was healthy, and
I was at the lowest dose possible when I was pregnant.
Yeah, ever since then. I mean, I've had like a relapse or two since that time, and now I am to where I am.
Yeah.
Right. And do you think that experience was like? Do you think it was harder to go through, like, because like, relationships are hard enough? I mean, let alone have you add that
I had to
you
leave.
add that to it, or do you think it brought you closer together?
There was a point that I had to leave, for my daughter's safety and stuff like that. Because I knew the path she was heading down was not good. And I didn't want to leave her high and dry, but at that point there was just no more talking to her. She was like a stone wall that you couldn't get through to. So I had to leave for a little bit, and then we eventually talked again because we were going to file for a divorce, but I got a hold of her on Snapchat and I was like, we need to talk, if this is something we really want to do. And then we went from there.
I mean, that alone takes a lot of guts, just to be that open in that moment.
Right. Yeah. But I'm thankful it worked out that way because we're a lot better now.
Right. And this is just it, right? I mean, I don't really dwell on things myself because life is what you make of it. Either you can choose to be a victim or you can choose to empower yourself and guide your own life. And that's just the bottom line of it. You're not in charge of Paige's life in a sense, and she's not in charge of yours. Right. But together, like I said, fixing things.
They're married. They're in charge of each other.
But you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you're in charge of your own happiness. And again, and helping people, honestly, Paige, and I'm sorry, I keep forgetting your name. It's Kate. No. What is it?
Kaylin.
Oh, okay, I was going to say it right. Woo. Okay. Is that it truly is an impactful thing when you can, one of the most fulfilling things in life is actually helping other people because you're taking your moments, it's healing you, it's in a sense helping other people that are struggling as well. But it really is, it fills up the love cup, I like to say, because it really does. One of the most unselfish things you can do is realize that when you are actually helping others, it's absolutely filling up your own life and making it more meaningful because what somebody can do in just a little moment, whether you thought it did or not, can mean a lot to somebody else. Just like in your life, Kaylin, or your life, Paige, something that somebody did that made an impact on you, whether it was a counselor, or someone in rehab, meaning all those people look to try to help you, to strengthen you, right, to build you up and stuff like that. And so what you can do with yourself by doing that for others as well.
Yeah.
And I'd rather, right, exactly. And then there's people like Gabe Ellis who probably are just lost, and he'll probably be lost forever in the world of, drugs and, being not such a great person, to be honest with you.
Paige, was that the last experience? Was that the last time you ever saw Gabe?
Yeah, and that night I went there with such high hopes. You know what I mean? I went there with the DVD that they made at my kid's dad's funeral, and I was going to play it for him, and I was going to ask him questions like, how did this happen? What was his last words? Was he feeling okay because you were taking him to the hospital? But I didn't get to ask him any of that, and it's like, all I want is to know what happened, because right now, all I have is the coroner's report. And
you talking about Justin?
He was my best friend for 15 years, so it's
this was in Kokomo.
Yeah, out at his trailer.
And Kaylin, what was your impression of Gabe? Because if he had the hots for you, and I mean, he didn't sound like he was great to women. So what was your kind of impression of him?
I'm just thankful I made it out alive, honestly. Okay. I look back myself and I'm like, I put myself in a lot of situations I shouldn't have too.
Absolutely. And that's just the thing. So let me ask both of you something in regards to Delphi.
Okay.
Do you think that that the drug dealers would take the life of a child if it meant paying back a snitch or someone that basically became a traitor to them?
Honest, I feel like it depends on really who you're talking about.
what dealer and who they're connected to.
Yeah.
But the way Gabe handled me for just saying, like, stop feeding my family, stop feeding my, or I'm going to do this, like, I feel like I would not put it past anybody. I mean, obviously people that deal drugs, that's their livelihood. They are going to owe somebody if their money doesn't come through. So it's like, I don't know anything about the Delphi case other than what informed me about in the news reports. Somebody up here said, thank God we debunk the Gabe Ellis meth theory. What do they mean by that? Because Gabe Ellis was one of Kokomo's biggest meth and heroin dealers. And I don't know where his ties go to, but I do know he was one of the biggest meth and heroin dealers. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's saying it in a good, like, meaning he's saying it as in, thank God we can debunk it, meaning that what Straight from the Horse's Mouth is saying, I knew it was too good to be true. Oh, I knew it was good to be true. Oh, I read that wrong myself.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, he was a big dealer, but I don't know if he was involved, like,
right.
But like your theory, you know what I mean? If somebody owes somebody that amount of money, like, this world is so ugly, I would not put it past them, because obviously, like, reading the police reports about Karina, it was over $600, unfortunately. So I mean,
right.
You saying it's like this world's just getting ugly. It is.
Absolutely. And meth and fentanyl and somebody's subscribing. Sealy has subscribed. If you said, well, see, welcome, Sealy. I always got an eyebrow up whenever I, hear that thing go off. I'm like, okay, who made a new name for themselves to come into the channel? Because you know that with all the good people, there's those trolls that, still watch it, but we're not even going to talk about them. Even though that, of course, Paige, you'll know this, and Blaine will, knows this too, is that, right, no matter what, whenever you have a YouTube channel, you'll get the trolls to come with it. And so, like, I can't remember who said it above, but just remember that don't let those people impact you anymore. Don't let Michael, what Michael says, in a sense, meaning, there's a lot of verbal diarrhea coming out of his mouth, in a sense, about you, but don't let it impact you, because no matter what, you cannot stop what he's doing. But somebody did say, can you not do a cease and assist on him?
What's that?
A cease and assist is basically where they basically are told to stop. Like, stop putting that out there, stop harassing her, a cease and assist. So
it's kind of like a threat. It's kind of like a threat of a lawsuit. Like, if you don't comply with this.
I have physically told him, I said, I will get a lawyer if you do not stop. And it's like, he does not care. He just goes on these rampages, and it's like.
Right. But you know what? Everyone knows who he is. So I think my advice to you would be, say your piece, move on, like, realize that he doesn't have an impact on your life. The people no one believes him. So, and just don't let him touch you, because, he's not significant. He's not significant enough in your life to matter.
They're just not, like, meaning, I get it, like, meaning, like, right now, like I said, there's always going to be haters regardless, and they are so insignificant maggots, to be honest with you. They just don't matter. And so again, they only matter if we allow them to let it matter. So I get it, but again, it's your name, for instance, it's been tossed around, I know, by Michael, but it's mixed in with a bunch of other people's names too to go with it as well. But again, Michael's going to do what he wants to do. There's no controlling what he does. But even though you can do an assist, you should almost think about doing a cease and assist on him. But if not, just, again, giving him any sort of attention, really, even saying his name, really, is just, I mean, Michael will add his own fuel to the fire regardless. And you can't stop those idiots.
He'll step on anybody just to get some attention, and that's the thing about it. It's like,
unless he's like,
I have came to the point where I'm at peace with myself. I know what I did and I know what I didn't do. And from this point on, like,
You walk
you know,
above him.
I want to serve the people that are no longer here because I am able to do that. And I feel like I have a purpose for that. So
Right.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
going to do. And I hope that me and Blaine can do a video sometime. He seems like a cool guy. I'm glad he apologized. That means a lot to me because I know it's hard for people to say sorry. You know?
Yeah. And you know, he's been very, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's been as honest as he wants to be. I don't know his life and I don't know his story, but you know, he's been very forthcoming. And I think for him it's being impactful too, Paige, is that as he's doing this and becoming more aware of helping others, that it's impacting his life too. Because not people don't want to be bad people. Some people are just come out of the birth canal, you know, or is freaking with no, like, you know, just evil. There's some that are just evil regardless. But most people, you know, with addictions, we all know, especially comes whether it's theft, you know, we've seen it with Delphi and stuff like that, or Nicole Bowen murders, you know, all because of drugs and all these different things. But most people don't truly want to go down those paths, but it's the life that they've known. And then there's those people that, again, get tired of it. They hit rock bottom. They want to make themselves, they want to build themselves a better life because nobody else is going to do it for them, you know. Um, just quickly, this person says, Outlaw Hacker. Hi, Outlaw. Everyone has something to say. Gabe was paying his bills, but he was by far the biggest dealer. And why would Gabe get involved with somebody who doesn't owe him money? Well, at the end of the day, we don't know where Gabe's involvement is with anything, actually. Outlaw Hacker. His name has been
I can't even
talked
say Gabe was involved. What I am saying is that he's not involved with the Karina thing because it was never Karina that overdosed in his driveway. All I'm saying is that he was a pretty significant dealer in my life, my family's life, and yeah, I mean,
It's pretty ruthless.
He's the reason why my kid's dad's not here. He's had tons of overdoses in his house, but I mean, who knows if he's involved? I don't know. I'm just speaking my truth. I'm not like,
Exactly.
you know, I'm not here to
Okay,
bash anything or nothing.
I was gonna say, so let me just go on. He says, if you are selling drugs and somebody owes someone money that you fronted, why would you go after that doesn't owe you? Come on.
I don't think
What?
anyone's saying that.
Nobody said that. Like
I
what?
don't
what he's
yeah.
confused.
So unless this is Michael again coming, but I think that's too good of typing for it to be Michael.
Me
Yeah.
too. You can never read Michael's
No,
messages.
it never makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you saw this comment in here, but Angela Durham,
Oh, sorry,
Durham
Angela.
said, "Paige, I am one of Jerry's best friends. I have Messenger from that fool. If you need them, maybe we can fund an insurance for assistance."
That would be amazing because you know, I didn't come on here like to ask people for help or anything
No,
like
of
that.
course you not.
That is amazing because I have 3 kids. My wife is currently not working. She goes for an interview Monday, prayers. But we are strapped, you know, like totally strapped. But I feel like he needs to stop because he did cause a lot of harm to the McClurkins, the Smiths, and Karina. Like it slowed her case up. The police had to use their hard-earned time to investigate me for nothing. That they could have been on another lead doing something meaningful. And that's
I've
what,
seen emails between him and law enforcement.
he's taking up so much law enforcement's time. And it's like, dude, just let them do their job because
You're not a
you know what I
certified
mean?
detective.
And when they didn't get an immediate response from him or the response that he wanted,
He goes up there and acts psycho.
he would turn it into them being a part of it.
Yeah. You know?
And and trust me, I'm not a huge advocate for that police department for the way that they've treated Jerry and the way that they've handled this case. So I mean, I'm not going to defend that police department, even though I'm not saying I don't like the police, but they had Flint Farmers named the first week of Karina going missing, and they took 6 years to do anything about it. But
I just feel like it's sad because everybody has caught so much backlash because of him. And it's like, if you genuinely want to help in a meaningful way. But posting all of your information on social media, you are slowing the process down. You are hindering the investigation. You know what I'm saying?
Like Stout even said it.
It's unfortunate because that family needed closure from day one, not like 6 years later. And I can only imagine the amount of pain that family feels. You know what I mean? My heart goes out to them. It honestly does.
Right. And I think it's safe to say, I think everyone can tell from Jerry's, even how she is in public, if Jerry had any feeling that you had anything to do or were involved in any way,
Yeah.
We'd all know it.
Yeah.
Jerry is not one to be shy with her words, and
She
she's
is.
not one to be soft with her passion. So the fact that like she is the one that, connected you and I mean, speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Made a post.
I'm very thankful for her. She also said, that I was cleared by the detective, which means the world to me because it's like you can keep up with these videos, but eventually you are going to lose viewers because you're putting out false information. Number one, and number two, you're really not helping at this point. You know what I mean? And that nobody's going to want to watch that.
Well, I don't know
think anyone
because I
does.
think anyone that has 504 viewers is set for, stardom right there.
Sonny,
Yeah.
don't be shady, Sonny.
Yeah, I think I have 1 million viewers on one of my reels, but I still have it on Twitter. You know what I mean? I do it for fun and I do it to show people my goofy side and my family and this is how we live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about anything other than me just wanting to really I want a good support system for myself. So I feel like all these comments on here are amazing. I feel like, I'm meeting new people and that's what I want because I don't have friends. I go to work, I come home, I have my family. You guys are awesome, and I feel like it's just introducing me to a whole new group of people that I can start to really fulfill what I need to do.
That's how I feel. Same thing, Paige, and I think Adam and Deb as well, and other people that come in here. The people in the chat and Adam and Deb, they are like my family, my online family.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I said, I go to work. My husband does his thing gaming, and his brother, and they game out in the living room. There, they're doing what they like doing. I'm doing what I enjoy doing, and that's helping and bringing awareness to the missing and the murdered, or giving, for us to give people a voice here. And so, yeah, it truly does, because there are people that are jerks. Granted, right now, those ones don't matter. But the ones that come in here all the time that show their love and support, you really do feel their love and care as you talk and you see the same people come in. And it really does make for beautiful moments, to my heart, because I know I appreciate it. And that's the whole point. When you surround yourself around decent people, it lifts you up the way life should be, not brings you down. And then whenever somebody comes in here and tries to troll, I don't care. It's not about the subscribers at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, they're nice to have, but the good ones, not the bad ones. Those ones will get blocked. You just block them right away. Have a nice day. Even if they make another account, they can always tell those ones because they're always going to say something ignorant. I don't care to have that. This is about positivity and trying to bring light on a good things, hey.
Good vibes. Somebody
Yeah.
said no Michael Phillips at all. So I don't really know him. Apparently, he lived on Woodland Street when I lived there a long, long time ago.
We never.
But he lived in an upstairs duplex. I guess that's what I've heard. I don't know him. Apparently, he must just be an absolute stalker because somehow he knows so much about my life. It's unreal. Down to the scar on my arm.
You can find on a picture, I'm sure.
I'm just going to show you guys. I have this scar right here on my arm. When I was younger, it was a suicide attempt. I was struggling with some mental stuff, wasn't on the right path. And it had nothing to do with the fact that that's my ex-wife's face and my new wife didn't like it. She don't care. He's just crazy. And I don't know how he knows all this stuff about me. And that's what's weird to me. So I don't know him. And then somebody else said, was I friends with Gabe? I was not. Me and Gabe were like rivals. We hate each other. He was my kid's dad's friend, best friend. But he was. So to answer those two.
Oh, I was going to say, I want to quickly say hi. Jason. Jason's in the house. Jason, he is another retired cop friend, and so he's popping in to say hi. Maybe I think he spots me and he just doesn't tell me. No,
Jason,
anyways.
I mean, Sonny's not the only one up here. I mean,
Well, no, I am Jason, right? Eyes just for me, and then
is
Steve
the side of the screen blank, Jason?
I'm not, sorry, Adam. Who's Adam? You guys, Paige. Do you know who Adam is? Kaylin, do you know who Adam is?
Adam who?
Exactly. Thank you, Kaylin. She's still thinking about it. We have this little running joke. Who's Deb? Who's Adam?
Oh wait, isn't that better now that someone's not talking?
What?
Do you read
Sorry.
lips?
I muted.
I was like,
you.
I'm
I
looking
muted
at
you,
it saying
Sonny.
you muted. It took me a second to catch on that it was me you muted. Right now. So, as Steve from True Crime Web says, Ali places absolutely no value on his accusations. He has no credibility. Raving lunatic statements have no courtroom value. Don't worry about anything that he claims. And that's, yeah. And when you go take a nice big dump tonight, one of you two, there you go. just like, oh, Michael, flush.
Grizz said that Dad, the studs are fighting.
Studs are fighting.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Deb, come break us up. Okay, so can we just let the chat ask you a few more questions, and then
I'm
we'll
actually going to use restroom. And if I told you that last night, if you guys need a break at any time,
Well,
just throw your camera off and the mute button, and
Okay.
if you need to use the restroom or just need a break or whatever. I know we won't keep you all night. I know we said an hour and a half.
Because I said about an hour and a half. But do you guys have time to answer a few questions? But you need a quick break. But do you have time or no?
I got time. Somebody wanted to know what my YouTube channel was. I think it's in the comments. Yeah,
Can you pin it in there, Sonny?
By Paige Turley. I don't know. A couple people asked earlier, but I was just letting them know it's in the comments if you guys scroll.
Yeah, it's right there again. I just dropped it.
Thank you. But if questions,
Yeah.
I'm good for questions. I know you got to go to the bathroom, Adam.
Paige,
Or
maybe there's that question there.
I just called Aspen Adam. I'm fired. What is wrong with me?
Paige, do you believe there is a meth trafficking connection to the Delphi murders? It said Gabe Ellis was manufacturing meth near the bridge. Do you guys know anything about that?
I've never heard that.
I've heard that Reagan was near the bridge, that he owned the bridge, that this guy named Jeff Reagan.
I see, that's the thing. Gabe would never tell me his business. That's for sure, because what I told him.
Right,
so
because he didn't like you.
I think he would tell me that business, but like I said, I would not put anything past him. Like he is ruthless. Like, I just wouldn't put anything past him, honestly.
Right. You know what? And for me too, honestly, I really honestly don't know if he's involved in Delphi or Kalina's in any way, shape, or form. Do I think he's a piece of shit? Absolutely do. I mean, anything I've ever heard, even Blaine said, look, hey, this guy, like I said, he'll pull a gun on you, no problem. He's basically a badass that you don't want to mess with, pretty much. So
lucky I made it out.
And you know what? In saying that, absolutely, Kaylin, because right, I mean, like I said, thank God you did, because again, you could have been Karina, seriously, easily, and that's the sad part about drugs. Like if like I was saying to Paige, and I think you might have heard, Garrett Kurtz sits in jail for 55 years. Ashley Garth, 45 years for the killing of Nicole Bowen. They still have, in all honesty, they still should have more charges brought against them. But you know what? That's two people that are in prison and off the street. But this all revolves around meth. Like all these murders is revolving around meth and drugs. And same with, and Ray Hanish was killed for drugs. They stole his TV, stole his, they basically stole his wallet, stole his TV. I think took his car, and still no charges. No justice has been brought for him.
My kid's dad, I know he was killed for money and for everything that he owned, for his car.
Yeah.
So, and and that's because he was wrapped up in the bad scene. Like, so it's just running like rapid through Indiana, and it's bad.
No,
Hey, Paige,
absolutely.
can
Kidding.
I ask you really quick, Paige? With
Can you guys hear Adam?
Adam, where are you?
I can't hear him
sorry.
either.
Hey, so sorry. How many of the like drug ties connect from Indianapolis to Kokomo? Is that common?
Shoot, I don't know because
Like the circles? Because how far is Kokomo from Indianapolis?
It's like a 45-minute drive.
Okay.
But like I said, I got all my stuff from my kid's dad, so I don't know like where people were getting it and stuff like that. But it was traveling. I do know that.
All right. I was just curious about that really quick. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Jenny. I've already asked Paige. Yeah, but Paige said that she was willing to, and if she still is, and maybe Caitlin too. But if there's anyone that you know from Delphi that wants to talk to us, with regards to Delphi,
Yeah, definitely.
You can be our homegirls over there.
Yeah,
our
sure.
private investigating.
I think it's fun. It's cool. I like it. I like what you guys are doing.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, again, there needs to be a lot more people that there's always needs to be more people that care than don't care.
Yeah.
And like I said, I look forward to you starting your channel, and like you said, maybe like I said, you Blaine and your wifey there. You know what I mean? Like people, especially like I said, it's kind of like a twofold, because you're getting people that possibly come across it that have addictions that hear your story. And then you have like people like ourselves that know nothing about that lifestyle, but can understand it more. I have a niece, like I told you, I have no clue. She does drugs and she's been gang raped and she's been through like a lot, like stuff that she has like PTSD, like she has all these anxiety disorders and everything. Like, and I don't, I hear it, but I don't grasp it because I've never been down that road. People that understand it know exactly. Like I can give you advice on things that I'm really good at because and other people, but drugs and doing that, like the worst thing I ever did was back in the day was like acid and mushrooms. I never crossed into cocaine or heroin, like never. It was just mushroom. It was just pot, hash, oil, and then acid and mushrooms. And that was when I was like 18 years old. And then I smoked pot till I was 21, stopped, and I just didn't want it part of my life anymore. Of course, now it's legal in Canada, by the way. So if y'all want to move over here, we're the land of the pots over here. Now we have the best BC bud. Just saying. But yeah, so over here it's legalized now, along with some other drugs actually, apparently, because sometimes it's it overworks the system in a sense because people are little small amounts. They're like now they're not worrying about that so much anymore. Even when it comes to like the harsher drugs, apparently.
Right.
I mean, once it's got hold of you, it's pretty much a downward spiral. It's awful. Like,
absolutely. Right. And there's more, everyone, there's addictions out there, whether it's gambling, whether it's drinking, whether it's this or whether it's that. These aren't easy things. Addictions are not easy. Right? It is nice. Like I said, you came on here, you wanted to say your piece in a sense, tell your truth from the horse's mouth instead of listening to, oh, there, hey, Sloop, there she is. Like I said, there's nothing better than empowering yourself and making yourself not a victim, but a survivor and helping others. It's a beautiful thing.
This is like when you're in full blown addiction, it's so hard when somebody's trying to talk to you and they haven't lived it. You know what I mean? Because it's like you want what they have, but it's like you don't have the advice on how am I going to get it because I'm so dependent on this. You know what I mean? But I want that. So it's hard. So it's like everything that I've been through, I just feel like I have like a lot of things I can share with people from my experiences and let them know what helped me as a person. it might not help them, but if they take that, that knowledge and try it, it could possibly help.
Absolutely. Because
Paige, how long did it take you to sort out and get out of addiction?
Yeah, so I said that journey. So I've been in addiction since I was 12, and I'm 32. I'll be 33 in December. And
It took you a
so
lot of trial and error.
about in 2016 is when I got on medication management. I was on that for five or 6 years, and then last year I went to jail 2 times last year, and each time I detoxed off of Suboxone. And this last time that I came out, I permanently just stayed off of it. I had the option to get back on it, but it was like, I feel much better, like in my own skin and not having to do that every day. So it was a long journey, and it was like I had to hit so many rock bottoms, not just once, but multiple times. You know what I mean? Like I'm that stubborn that like I was like, okay, well I can do this medication.
sorry guys.
But it's like that doesn't work for me. You know what I mean?
There's some people that can take it and be fine and live sober, and then there's others that can't take a thing, or it will throw off their whole body chemistry.
And like people talk about like cannabis and stuff. I personally, I don't have, I can't sit here and say like I'm against it, because I'm not. Like I don't have a problem with the cannabis thing. Just like if people can drink and they're an addict, that's them. Some people are different. Some addicts are different. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Now, like, can you do you drink? Do
Uh,
you mind me asking?
I don't. I drank a lot when I was younger. I don't drink. Like smoking thing, I don't smoke either, but I don't see a problem with it because like
Right.
it's in so many other states, you know what I mean? I feel like smoking would personally help my PTSD and my anxiety. But it's just like I don't.
Does your vape help
Oh.
you?
My vape, I'm so addicted to this thing, but I
Me
need to
too.
stop because I've heard horror stories about them, but it's like it's my lifeline, so
Yeah.
Right.
it got
Well, we have an opportunity now because Derek Farmer.
Yeah, we can gloss. You guys ready
So-
to gloss?
Do you guys have gloss?
Did you
I
guys
have
get in?
it's not
Okay,
it's not
we'll pretend yours. Kaylin?
lip gloss.
That's our little thing. We like lip
Whenever
gloss.
somebody like donates or whatever, or our lips just get dry because nobody's ever donated, then yeah,
And it pisses some people off, so I think it's funny.
I know. Because
Too.
I just don't think there's enough shiny things in the world.
sometimes we put peppers in our lip gloss, don't we? Yeah. Sometimes people make fun of that, but you know what? As Deb says, we don't gloss over anything, do we, Deb? Nope. It was something that just kind
Another
of
question for Journey. Can I answer another question for her?
sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, she said, so can you explain why you wanted substance to control your life? What made you believe that it was for you? I never cared for anything that was controlling. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into it. Like at the point that I was at, I was using heroin, which is awful. I got into like, IV use at one point. Not proud of it. But at that point I was trying to get my daughter home, and I knew like it was like, okay, I can keep living this way or I'm gonna.
That's too strong.
So it's like I did something that I knew was like a crutch to get me to where I am today, and now I'm not on anything. So it's not like I wanted it to control my life. You know what I mean? I just
Absolutely.
wanted to live a different way because like through addiction, Kaylin's kid's dad and her, me and my kid's dad, we have all been through that same addiction, and it was like we've all found to get out of it.
Hey, you guys, I'm sorry, but gloss time again. Whoops. Ready?
Snoopy. Snoopy, send me a Facebook message. I miss you.
Yeah, I know Sleepy. Yeah, because Sleepy's usually in our channel all the time. And thanks. Keep up the good work. Love you and good health to all. Absolutely, sleuth. Or
You.
I said sleuth on there. Say it again.
Said her name wrong too. I feel bad.
Oh no, I always say sleuth. There it is. Steve says from True Crime says sadly Paige is only one of what I can count on one hand of those who has a chance. Right. If you ever need a kick in the butt, let me know. Steve says he'll give you a kick in the ass if you ever. If let me put it this way, that's what friends and people that care are for. That
Agree.
if ever you do need an outlet, you know, then he's saying, and even we're saying, like said, it doesn't ever just end here to us,
Right.
it's like if you want to remain in contact and stuff like that, absolutely. You got my messenger, you got Adam's messenger, easily offer you Steve's, advice when he's not fishing, because he's usually doing very important meetings
Right.
called fishing, right, Adam, at his lake house?
Yeah. No, I do want to ask. So, how do the two of you feel Indiana is as a state when it comes to resources for
It's
people
very
going through recovery?
I feel like it's poor.
Oh yeah. Florida was absolutely amazing. It was a totally different vibe.
Okay.
It was,
And I've never experienced that here at all. Not even remotely close.
So you feel like it's a lot harder to find
Well,
resources and
yeah. The resources they have here are not near as nice.
Mm-mm.
Like on Sunday, you can wake up and go to a NA meeting on the beach. You know
But
what I mean? Like
people aren't there. Like people here are court ordered, or
people
they
there
don't want to
go.
be. You actually need to go.
Yeah.
there.
So that's why I was saying I have a lot of resources in Florida if people need it. Another person said they were subscribing to my channel because they have a lot of questions.
Yeah, that's
My,
Jenny.
my full name is next to the link on the YouTube channel. It might, if you have a lot of questions that you're like dying to ask, you can add my Facebook. I'll gladly accept anybody that's got questions or struggling and need advice. So Facebook could be quicker for you to add me on there, and we can talk through Messenger or whatever. But I think somebody was saying they had a question. They're like, I got to find it again because I messed it
One
up.
where, well, you talking about this one where Jenny said she had some questions? That one?
No, never silent. She said, "Question: As a recovering addict, what if anything helps you clear your mind as a support measure, like journaling, painting, etc.? Just curious, so I can help."
GBT that I counsel.
That's awesome. I'm one with the LGBT thing. That's awesome. We need
Absolutely.
we need way more of it. But as far as like journaling, I like music. I like to go for a drive and just turn the music on and clear my head. I have to be totally alone because if not, I get frustrated. So music is a big thing. Like if I hear the right song, it just hits my soul, and I'll play it on repeat like 100 times. So that's what I do.
And Jumpin' Jack Flash, he says, I'm so glad you came on tonight. I'm so tired of running in circles on all these cases because of rumors. You deserve your peace and privacy. Absolutely. And Jumpin' Jack Flash, you came to the right channel, just saying. But thank you. Thanks for that nice compliment to Paige and Caitlin for clearing things, helping to clear things up. Absolutely. We're gonna need to. They probably want to get going, I'm sure. Here, we've already had an hour and 48 minutes.
Right.
So, do you see any final questions that you want?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's why I asked that because it's one thing I know, Sunny. I don't know how it is in Canada, but in the United States, I mean,
we're perfect.
It can differ. I just mean it can differ 100% when you live in one state versus another. Like I'm sure even Illinois is different than Indiana, and you're what, an hour and a half from Chicago, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's like completely different resources in Chicago. So that's just why I wanted to ask what it was like in Indiana for people that wanted to get help.
It's a struggle here. Not many.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that we're a cute couple. That's awesome.
And I do have one more question as far as like, and this is not related to anything involving drugs or anything, but how, I mean, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but as two females in a couple, how is like, living in Kokomo and having children? I mean, is everyone really accepting of you? Or I mean, like, do you have any challenges with like children and like the school or anything like that?
Okay, so it's hard because my daughters, when they were younger, like, obviously kids see me and they think like, oh, you look like a boy. That's your dad. So like my daughters always have to be like, that's my mom and that's my mom. Like they clarify, they're like, that's my mom, but that's my mom too. But today, like, we're kind of in a thing with her baby daddy, and like he was yelling at us saying like, oh, the reason why she called everybody mom over at my house is because she thinks that's normal. She sees two women raising her. And we're like, dude, it's, you know what? Like,
Children don't see their parents
they
as
don't
their
see it.
gender.
It's
Right.
not
It's who's
related.
there for them.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, I know I look different than most, like, moms. Like, that's okay. I have tattoos. Like, I'm different than most moms. I'll just throw it out there. But my kids are great at defending me. Like, they're so loyal. Like, they don't care if people think, oh, that's your dad. Like, they just laugh and say, like, that's my mom. Like, they have no shame in it. You know
Or
what I
that's
mean?
my Tui.
That's my Tui. They her kids call me Tui or Tutu. So, you
But
know,
how do you? So I mean, but for the most part, the community, are they cool, or do you just have like a small bubble?
it just depends, really. Like, it depends.
Like a lot of people still, give you that look.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not.
I grew up in like a small town in Illinois, in southern Illinois, and so I don't live there anymore. But so I mean, I'm just curious because I mean, I know a lot of the rural towns in Indiana are a lot like the town I grew up in, and it's just so far removed from like I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then like I live in a really like kind of cool area. So it's like it's always like to look at like what life is like when you live in a town like you guys do, because I know that's not I'm sure it's not easy some days.
No, it's another hurdle.
It is a hurdle, but I can say Kokomo's getting better with the whole LGBT thing. They have like a statue out in front of the courthouse now. So, I mean, I think they
They're
are
like
trying to get,
mandated to do it.
like,
Maybe
they're trying to get better with it. So, you know,
I there's a guy that his name is Mike Hittle. Now, although he was like, although his name was there when Nicole Bowens got murdered, he wasn't there when she was murdered, so he never got charged with anything. He came on our show because he wanted to do something that was morally right. Basically, some people would call him a snitch and whatever. He said he would never enter Carroll County without a freaking gun. He says because that's how rough it is. Like meaning it's just he says it's really bad. And I have heard that Kokomo, and I know that you said that you guys didn't, that you wanted to move out from there. That Kokomo was a really, rough place for sure.
it is ridiculous. They just had a drive-by shooting the other day, and a kid got shot through the window and died. So, I mean, it's everywhere. My house, I have cameras on every corner of my house because it's so bad around here.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, that's another reason why I wanted to start my channel, not only for the addiction side of things, but also because of the like LGBT things. Like, I know there's tons of teens in this town that are trying to come out or have came out. I know what it's like, you know what I mean? And I just want to tell people like you, it's better to be yourself and lose people that don't care about what is right for you than to continue to live a lie and please other people. And that was my main focus. Like, I wanted to come share that with people. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hide from anybody, but my door is open for people that genuinely want some questions answered or how to go about it.
Absolutely. And D. Ashley, thank you so much for dropping links tonight. I hate to leave Paige, Sunny, and Adam, but about to sleep. Damn COVID mess. Like, yeah, a lot of people are going through COVID again here. We got Grizz, I think D here, yeah. And I think D said she's had it 5 times now.
Oh my God.
Well,
Christmas.
D, you need to stay at home.
Yeah.
She probably is staying at home again. Yeah. Okay. And let's see here. And again, hopefully, for you, Caitlin, good luck on your interview. Again, so sometimes you have to go through those little rough waters, and then hopefully, like I said, you get a job, and then you can, save up a little bit, and then move into a better place. That's a lot better for the children to raise and stuff like that for sure. That's I know to have to sit there and have to worry about that. It's already like world's already enough. Then you have to deal with, like I said, having cameras and being in. You know what I mean? it's not a life to live for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so grow your channel, monetize it, you know, do something that's
I might be asking you later for advice on how to do all this because, like, hopefully,
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
she had no clue until I came along. See,
Well,
like
then,
Sunny had this channel for a while, and it was kind of like hovering, like in this like
Oh,
like this place. And so then I came in, and
he doesn't know he's muted yet, does he? No, he
No.
doesn't.
so Sunny had this small little channel for a while, and so then I came in, and I really helped bring some credibility to it and grew the channel to the point it is now.
Yeah.
We let this woman come in every once in a while named Deb, who doesn't bring much to the table.
She
But
started off like a troll, did she not? And then we just changed
yeah,
her. Like she kind of morphed
yeah,
into this really nice person all of a sudden. And
yeah.
I
And
mean,
yeah, so we let her hang out sometimes.
I am not the smartest, so I'm gonna need your help in the future when I get it going.
no, absolutely. So
I can do this again though, like I like this little chat session. It's cool.
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
listen,
well, you
wow,
and you or Kaylin, you two you're both always welcome here. Anytime you want to, like,
yeah,
if you have
yeah.
something
Like
to say or
again,
anything.
we'll swing around the different channels. Like I said, um, we enjoy helping other people, like True Crime Web, CD. Push people because you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. So if you want to work on that, put out some videos, awareness videos, type of thing. But we can talk about all that stuff later.
Yeah.
We
Thank
just
you.
we just want to say thank you so much again. And if, like I said, maybe if there's something you missed or whatever, then you can throw it onto your channel. We have no problem helping promote other channels too, because it's all about the missing and the murdered and bringing awareness to people and helping people out. And and then and thank you, Steve,
Right.
for
Yeah, Steve saw what I did to this channel, and then Steve modeled his show after my personality, and he based everything he does on me.
yeah.
And
I mean,
he took off fast.
yeah, and I kind of feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like Steve, if it wasn't for Steve, his wife would be a nobody, to be honest with you. And I don't even know how I even make it to the chair each day because I am a drunk apparently. So so we love to goof around as well because it's one of those things that either you can laugh at it, but we all have a great sense of humor here. There's nothing wrong with ever having a sense of humor, even though we work in the true crime. That doesn't dictate everything of who we are. We're here to offer our free time. If people donate, they donate. If they subscribe, they subscribe. If they become a member, they become a member. Nobody forces anyone to, but people will. It's all about bringing awareness at the end of the day, and that's the best part of it, and helping others. And then being true to yourself and honest and stuff like that. People love genuine. They love it when people are just honest and genuine. And so yeah. Thank you guys so much, and Adam, thank you for making me who I am today. I
Say
appreciate
it
that.
like the world. It means the world. Thank you.
No, yeah, okay. And Caitlin, before you two hit the thing, do you have any last something each that you last want to say for anything? Like, is there anything that you want to say whatsoever?
I just want to say thank you to everybody that sat and listened because my friend, like I said, she was pushing me to tell my story, and I finally had enough courage to do it. I'm a person with a lot of anxiety, a lot of PTSD, but
yeah, she asked me yesterday. She was like, "Are you sure? You think I should do this?" And I'm like, "Yes."
I mean, like,
don't keep your mouth shut any longer. It's been long enough.
I just want to tell everybody thank you. It means a lot. I love all the comments. You guys have been so supportive. And then I just want to thank you guys. I'm really glad that I was told to reach out. It means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you know what? We're here to be a voice for the voiceless and to help. Like I said, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you for not backing out. Thank you for saying your piece on the stuff that Michael's been saying about you. Putting your truth out there. Again, don't worry about him. Worry about yourself and Caitlin and your children. That's what matters most about what's going on. Those people do not matter whatsoever. And
Yeah.
of course, surround yourself
I also want to thank you guys, for keeping the Delphi story alive. That means a lot. But also like sharing that video for Karina, like, I'm sure that means a lot. And I just want to tell Jerry, thank you, like for putting up with me and listening to me for 6 years. Like, I know I'm gotta be a pest, but like I think it's amazing that you guys keep their memory alive, and I think that's what we're all here to do is
Yeah.
to share vibes and experiences and keep their memory alive in a positive way. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely. So, okay, you guys, go ahead. Adam, did you have
I was
something?
saying, one thing that's become more and more important to me since I've gotten involved with true crime is that, I mean, it's easy to focus on cases that get a lot of attention, and we do that. Like right now, there's a girl missing in California that I'm really fascinated with, but I really have started to like. It's become much more evident to
We
me
want
that
to branch out.
some people are deemed more important in the public's eye than others, and that's not fair.
Everyone's important. Yeah.
Like someone could look at Karina McClurkin and they look at this brown girl with a drug that did drugs, and some people would write that off as that case isn't worthy for me to like pay attention to. And I don't think that someone that's been a victim of something horrible like that, I mean, I feel like every victim should get the same amount of attention.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that just because of someone's skin color or their life choices or their sexuality, I don't think those are reasons to not care about people.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to like make sure that people that don't get attention get the attention they deserve.
Right.
Yeah, like Delphi is huge here, right, in Indiana. And so the Flora fires and other ones take a back burner to that. And Karina's case took a back burner to the Delphi murders, because the Delphi murders, like I said, I didn't know that coming into this. Didn't even know about Karina's case and that, but they take a back burner because Delphi has consumed, and it's not like it's wrong.
And they deserve justice and the attention they're getting.
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
It's just that then you, as you come into this true crime, then you realize there's all these other cases too of people that are right around there. And bottom line is that everyone matters.
Everyone.
Even if you don't look like Gabby Petito.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Okay. Okay, you guys, thank you so much again, Caitlin and Paige.
Everybody get some good rest. Have good vibes. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
both of you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yeah, that was very nice of Paige to come on, and that was nice to see Caitlin on as well. I think it's not Caitlin. I think it's Kaylin. If I'm not mistaken.
It is Kaylin. Kaylin.
Yeah, Kaylin. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there's no T. Yeah.
No, I saw some people putting a Caitlin in there. Steve, you're so cute.
I just saw one comment. My greatest fear is, well, I mean, I think that's most men's greatest fear. Because, I mean, so many men have heard it before.
I was going to say, you know what, Adam? I feel like I still want to hear about how great you made the channel.
I'm full of shit. You know that.
Yeah, I know, but I like to hear shit talk.
Well, I mean, as the one male on a female-dominated channel, I feel like, it's really my job to elevate things. I'm kidding.
Oh, Deb's trying to be funny in the chat thing too, apparently.
I would be nothing without you, Sonny. You know that.
Everyone's got jokes tonight, of course, Adam. You know what? Now that Deb's not here, what do you want to get away with? I mean, we could block her too. Shut her up.
Right.
Well, send her fishing with Steve and the wife, because I mean, obviously Steve's wit and charm. I don't even know how his wife. It's almost like that ego. I don't even know how she fits in the window when they're doing lives. With that big of an ego there. Yeah, I'm not sure how she manages that, Steve. How do you fit her in?
he calls that wit and charm.
Yeah, I know. So you got wit taking up half the screen and charm taking up the other. I'm just trying to figure out where his wife. Oh,
I think Steve and Mrs. Steve are both incredible. I think they probably bring out the best.
Whoa! Tone it down. Don't make him sound better than us. Yeah, they're
Well, I'm
average.
gonna go live at the lake house.
They're all this is true. And we want to live at Deb's house one day too when
What
we
the basement's gonna be ready for us next week.
Is it? What about the fridge?
Yeah.
Loaded?
Oh,
Sloop. That 1999 less YouTube's take. Well, that should cover.
Sloop, you were not here. We're not doing Monday night shows anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we kibosh that. Yeah. Because because it was getting a little bit much, and Deb and Adam said, you know what, we want to make some more smaller videos to put out instead. Something like that. Actually, I do have a small video coming out tonight. I was working on it last night and I could have put it out. And you know what? I really wish. See, the thing about 2-minute videos is that they don't really get like ads on them. You have to put out like like YouTube wants you to put out a 10-minute video, right? So now I'm like, let me just stretch out that picture for about a minute. No, just kidding.
Now, Derek, that made me jealous.
Wait, Sunny is like Carol Burnett of the web. I can't remember Carol Burnett. Yeah, I still feel like less of my shiny skin right now. I still feel like
You can be Carol Burnett. I'll be Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah, but Carol Burnett, but she wasn't exactly a beautiful thing, to be honest. She was funny enough.
Oh, I think she's.
As long as you don't tell me I look like her. Yeah, but she was funny enough. I remember that.
Can you do an ear tug for us?
Who?
You. Is that what Carol Burnett did?
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Actually, I could tie my hair in a knot. I can actually braid it. You know, truth is Sunny fired us. Oh, was that? Wow. Something like that. Yeah, I fired them off of Monday.
Deb's kind of the Betty White. Everyone loves Deb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be some people out there. If any of you guys hate Deb that are in this chat right now, can you just hit 1? Anyone
or email
does
me
not
at
like Deb. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Shania Twain. That's my twin. Told you I looked like her one day. Actually, she looked like me. Betty White is my third cousin, once removed to my uncle, sister, brother, and then she died.
Look at Steve.
Who?
Yeah, look.
Poor Deb. Why do I always get that? Poor Deb. Poor Deb.
Because she has to put up with us?
I'm so sorry she has to put up with us. Valerie Bertinelli, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Maybe we have to put up with her, Adam.
No, Deb mistook that because, name one person in America that Betty White's the most beloved person in the whole world, or was. So, no, that was a compliment. Because no one can say a bad word about Betty White.
Well, this is right. Got a channel for you guys. Grizz says 2 studs and a lady.
Is this about Deb and Adam? Is this about Deb and Sunny and Adam?
Yeah.
I'm the lady.
You're going to be the lady. Me and Deb can be the studs. I feel like that's a whole like Grease Lightning type of movie right there. Oh my God. Is Deb learning from her stalkers?
I know, and I was paying her a compliment because I was like, Betty White.
Deb? Maybe that's not even Deb.
Yeah, I know it is.
Oh, okay, Duck. Don't look. Chaotic's here.
Hey, Chaotic.
Oh no. Now you called us out. Hey, Chaotic, how are you?
Now, Steve, to be fair, we made it 2 hours without digressing much.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's, to be honest with you, Steve, you're kind of delusional here because that 2 hours and 8 minutes is really 30 minutes. I think that you're just actually seeing things and need glasses because honestly, that time to me says like 30 minutes and holding. Oh, hold on a second. I see Chaotic going. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's. Oh, whew. I was just like, whoa. I was like, not so much a friend, not so much. But then I seen my name. I was just like, hi, Deb. Hi, Adam. Hey, where's Cold Truth been? Where's she hiding?
I think she's out of town.
Is she now? Too much coffee. Yeah. Straight from the horse's mouth. Frank Meister, I'm still rolling numbers, my brother. What does that even mean?
No idea.
Yeah. Did you see anything earlier from someone that said a press statement was put out earlier on Delphi, or did I misread? Did you like? Okay, so you guys, come on. Someone said that they were watching the minivan traveler guy, which whatever his name is, Wagner.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, and in that case, so Carter back in 2019 had said, that one person was responsible. I think that person was, I think the what's his name, something Wagner. I think he was just playing an old clip because there's not been a presser. Trust me, we would have seen that if there was a presser. There's not one person involved here.
There wasn't a presser. There's not been a recent presser.
No, yeah. So that's someone I think watching the Traveler, thinking that it was new information, but it's really old information. Yeah. So Rebecca, trust me, we would have been all over that shit if there was.
The only update I've heard at all, like coming out of Delphi, that like yesterday or today was the
Maybe hold on, let's take it back. New one, Sunny. News Nation reported it.
Oh.
Okay, Callie, can you drop the link in here? News Nation, right? News Nation part was old. Yeah, that was. Okay, thank you. Okay, News Nation. Yes, it was an old clip. Whew, thank you. I was gonna say, yeah. So, News Nation played it, but it was an old clip. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I've heard in the last day or two was the what's his name, accusing Legit of the Hat Jack violation that they've been accused of.
Now, just because we haven't talked about it yet, and I didn't have time to look. I was at work today, and I wanted to look, but then I had to meet my husband after work, and that at the Shoppers or the drugstore or the Shoppers Drug Mart. And I wanted to look up. So there's no change in Kylie Rodney's case, correct?
Not that I know of. Okay. I looked around probably 8:00 tonight, and I didn't see anything. I was with my family all day.
Okay.
But the only thing I didn't see anything like new today.
Oh, yeah, and also I want to say this again.
Just more speculation and rumors that are doing that case to service.
Yeah, and any change with Dylan Round's case? I don't think yet.
No, I saw Candace on Duty Ron 2 days ago. And had not heard. It didn't sound like there was anything new.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than she did say there's stuff happening behind the scenes, and she's got the and feel confident in law enforcement now.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to say again was, Belinda, so sorry again, for the sadness that's happened in your life. I don't think she has a problem with us saying it, that her husband had passed away from COVID last night, and our thoughts are with you. Prayers, please, for Belinda. And I just couldn't imagine, because it just seems to me like it was, he got COVID, and you know what I mean? And nowadays, for the most part, most people are getting it and not thinking much about it than the flu anymore. But then there's those people whose bodies just can't take the immune attack or the attack on their bodies right now, and obviously her husband, they thought he was doing better, and then he took a turn for the worse. And so we just wanted to say we are so sorry, Belinda. And Lake Michigan says that's for Betty White. That's for Deb. Oh, is that what that means?
Aww.
But yes, Belinda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lake Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, Belinda. Yeah.
So if everyone again just can give Belinda prayers. Put a bunch of prayers into the chat right now if you could for Belinda and her family, her loss, her horrible loss. And thank you, Lake Michigan, for Betty White. We appreciate that. So if you didn't know Lake Michigan, I'm going to assume the new position of being Betty White, and Deb can be Carol Burnett. I think that probably Deb suits that character more, actually. Apparently, she's got this hidden talent in the chat where she is really funny, according to some others. I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much for that donation for Betty White, which is AKA Sunny. And Adam, I feel like since Adam muted me a couple times, did you like that when I muted you back? I thought that was kind of funny, to be honest with you. Twice, not only once, but twice. That was funny. You started it, Adam. Yeah. Thank you, Peace. Peace Not Silent, of course. Peace, if you want to drop your channel again in the link, Peace Not Silent, again, being a voice. If anyone wants to go subscribe to Never Silent, even though I still miss your name, Peace Not Silent. Sorry for your loss, Belinda. If you just need to talk or around to anything in an email at me at never.silent@outlook. Oh, I see you created this.
And everyone go over and subscribe to Chaotic Beauty.
Yeah. Chaotic, you can drop. Yeah. Great. And Derek Farmer, I appreciate your $5 too. Less YouTube's take on that. So it's probably about $4, maybe about $4.25, to be honest with you. Whatever 30% of that is. But thank you again. I'll make sure that Betty White and who are you, Adam, again?
Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, right. Mary Tyler Moore. Don't get a part of that. That was strictly for me, and I understand that you love me more than them. Thank you very much, Derek Farmer. E-I-E-I-O. Gotta live up to my...
Now, I mean, if this were Golden Girls, I would be...
Oh, Golden Girls.
I would be clearly Rue McClanahan.
Yeah.
You'd have to be like Sophia.
You know, at Chaotic Beauty, because Adam has taken this channel to whole new levels, right? Just by him being on here. I feel like maybe you need to borrow Adam to bring him to your channel so that he can make your channel the success that this channel is.
Oh my
at
God.
Our 3,000. Yeah, no.
Joking.
No. I'm just going to put that out there for Chaotic. So if you really, really want to improve your channel, just invite Adam on.
Chaotic's like, I don't need Adam.
No, you don't. But let's just pretend you do. All right.
Also, thank you, Sloopy, for that. That was, that was sweet for the super chat.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
Aspen,
I would be only so lucky to go on Chaotic show again.
You'd be you would be lucky. Are you sure? Is that what you mean? AKA 100%. You would be lucky, Chaotic. Yeah. Okay. So Daisy says Aspen and Deb will have to fight over Farrah character.
I didn't say Charlie's Angels.
Nope, you didn't, but still.
I said Golden Girls.
She's talking about it.
More age demographic appropriate.
Yeah. Can turn the world on with his smile. Deb, I kind of think you're wrong about that. I think it's his eyes that tell everything. And the skin tone. Yeah. Adam, you're looking awfully yellow today.
Am I yellow today?
I feel like I'm looking
I can
red.
never decide whether to go orange or red or yellow, so I guess I'm yellow today.
My filter sucks. It makes my skin look all shiny and everything. Like this soft light thing that's coming down at me, it's not doing me any favors right now. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. I always just put my regular light, like the whatever I don't like the other ones. What is it? Like, I don't like that one. This is my soft light one. I don't like it.
Now put your regular? Oh, hold on. Your soft light's better.
I like this one.
Is that? Oh no, that one's better. Okay, whatever one that one.
Like this is like the bright. Like this is just like the white bright light. Yeah. This is the soft one.
He's a little posh bitch, Steve. Seriously, he's gonna be so needy, and he's right. In all fairness, he's gonna be another Michael. He's just gonna Once you let him in, you ain't getting rid of him. Just saying. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that we're lucky to have each other, Sonny.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
I think we complement each other. We bring out the best in each other.
Did your nose just grow as you said that?
No.
Yes. I don't even know who you are, Adam. Remember?
And then Deb is kind of like our couples therapist.
Derek thinks you look baked. He looks lightly. Oh no, not that you look baked. I was taking that as puff pass thing. but he says he looks lightly baked. Yeah. Anyway, so does anyone have anything else? Do we have anything else to say? Or we're just killing time because, Steve's in chat and we're just trying to humor him and
right. Now, but for anyone that did miss the beginning of the show, I think it was a really interesting, honest and heartfelt show full of I thought a lot of good information. And I commend again Paige for having the openness to come on and tell her story.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It always impresses me when people don't back out because what they can bring to the table in a sense, and that. Oh, really? I've seen that, Adam. Trying to hurt me. If anyone donates $1 million right now, I swear to God, I'll gloss again. $1 million. Do I hear 1 million? Oh, darn it all. Oh, now we're going to be known as that money grabbing, sucking, leeching channel. Darn it, Adam. It's all my fault too. But anyways, okay. So, what? I remember Adam so shy, just sitting there looking down, so quiet. No, I think that he was just going, oh shit, Sonny's going off again. Talking about fucking Keegan Dunker. Shut up. I think that's more what it was like, not complaining about my favorite show. Exactly. Well, I think we're up for an award this year, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's our own award, but that's okay. One day we'll get best, I don't know, best leeches, best, I don't know, best sci-fi UFO award. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Out of This World award.
Oh, you know what, Adam? That was awesome. That was a good one. This Out of This World award. Anyways, yeah, you hit a home run tonight. I think it was great. I really love it when people come and bring a voice. I really do. It shows their strength. And in this particular case, when somebody, and Keegan Dunker, you are more than welcome to come on this channel as well, just so you know, so that you can tell your side. You won't be judged, I promise. I'll just sit here and shut up. But if you ever do want to come on too and be a voice for yourself, love it. And anyways, but yeah, so it shows a strength, that because a lot of people, get nervous and back out because their anxiety gets the better of them and stuff like that. So I'm glad, because when someone usually does a live, they really understand that it wasn't as bad as they thought, first of all, that they gave themselves the voice that they wanted. And she had every right to ask, to ask and say, hey, do you mind if I come on your platform and speak my truth and, and say things that are true instead of listening to Michael Phillips for the last, 5.5 years.
There's something really admirable about taking your voice back and telling your story.
Yeah. And if there's people out there, I know that was funny, wasn't it? Out of this world. But and if the thing is that too, yeah, if ever anyone wants to come on here and be a voice, or if they have someone that's missing, that you want to bring awareness to, a case that maybe is needs to have a voice for it again. But again, yeah, just empowering themselves, because like I said, it makes a difference. It makes a difference to us because we're always, learning new things. I just find it very rewarding. Like I said, we didn't ask for Vincent, Blaine, or for Paige, and Kaylin to come on and join us. And so we just appreciate that. We want to be known for a channel that cares, because that's exactly what we do.
I don't think I'm sorry, Sonny. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't cut me off.
I don't think it's. I think it's easy I can say that we didn't know much about the Flint Farmer thing when Vincent has to come on. But I mean, I personally, before I agreed to talk to Blaine, and knowing from Paige, and before Paige, was given the okay, or the blessing by Karina's family, because at the end of the day, someone that's been missing or murdered is our first priority. So, you know,
Absolutely.
we wouldn't have someone on that we thought was being deceitful or hateful.
Yeah, and
And
that's
if they were,
yeah.
they would be on camera.
You're trying to outdo me, aren't you, just Adam? Okay.
So,
Mhm.
but no,
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that in life, not everything is black and white, and behind
Correct.
every story is a human being. And so it's easy to judge and write people off when you hear things about people, especially when they don't have a great history. You know, like Blaine has done things in his life that he's not proud of and that he regrets.
Yeah.
And I think it takes guts to actually come out and admit that and
Right.
talk about it.
And to literally say sorry to Paige, you know, like, sorry, I was listening to stuff, you know, now that I'm listening to you, you know, it's like, I believe you, because you can tell when somebody's kind of sitting there and they're like, look, you know, I want to come on, tell my story, you know, and you could tell she was not nervous whatsoever of any
No.
part of Karina's thing. You
No.
know, you
She
could
had nothing to
feel
hide.
it. You could feel it. Like,
And just like the night that Jerry ended up calling me and Blaine and her had that whole conversation, I mean, that was heavy, but it was productive and it was moving. You know, and so I'm proud of that. So when people criticize us for something like that, I don't listen to it because I'm proud. I'm that's what I want people to hear, these people, and hear their stories.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. As for Michael being an informant, Mike, honestly, no true idea. I believe he said he was kicked out. He was an informant. Then basically he got kicked out from being one because he was too busy doing this. Is what happened. That's what he said. And that's probably sounds like if it was true, because look at all the informants that won't be charged for Karina's death because they're informants, and they get the pass. So it wouldn't shock me if actually that part's true, that he got kicked out for basically, you know, that. Thank you, Derek. And again, yeah, it is nice to know that we didn't have to search, you know, these people out at all. Um, that they just had come to us, and because of one, the other one came, and because again of how we treated Blaine, um, then that made Paige Turley ask, I think it was Jerry, how to contact us, which she contacted Adam, and then she had contacted me as well. So again, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's like, especially when they start coming to you, you know. I mean, we're always here to give somebody a voice, but it's really means a lot when people respect you and respect us as a channel. Like I said, we know that there's the channels out there that want to, you know, feed into the other side of things, and that's okay. You know, like, let them do their thing, and we'll do our thing, and we'll be successful because we care.
Yeah, and never silent. And you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail, but I mean, we've interviewed people that we have not aired and that we would not air because they haven't been given, because they weren't given the okay by law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, we 100% abide by anything that law enforcement would want or wish. And if, you know, law enforcement says, ask someone not to talk about something or ask someone not to talk at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, because we have talked to people that haven't been given the okay to talk to us from law enforcement.
Correct.
And we would never share that information.
Exactly. And it's because of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Integrity, you know, because there's people that we would love for you to hear from, but it's not the right time for them, you know. But like I said, but they talk to us behind the scenes because of the integrity, because again, you know, which means a lot, because if you don't have your word, you got nothing. It's that simple. You don't have your word, you have nothing, you know. And I don't want us to be known for not having the integrity, of course. I mean, there's conversations I've had that even Deb and Adam don't know, there's a lot that they do, but there's something, and they probably had conversations with somebody that maybe they don't necessarily tell me, because you promise the person, like, look, I'm not saying anything, you know, because sometimes they're just a private conversation. It's not hiding anything from Deb or Adam. And if they've talked to someone, because there's sometimes I think Adam has said something, but I didn't know he was even talking, to that person. But like I said, he's not expected to. But when he's ready, he'll tell us what's going on. Because sometimes you're just having a conversation and seeing where it's going and stuff like that. And so that, yeah, I mean, each of us is independent to do our things. And if people want to talk to us privately, because maybe somebody says, hey, you know what, I love Adam, or I love Deb, or I love Sunny, and I want to reach out to that person.
I never heard the two.
Hey,
I've never heard the last two.
You don't know who those two people are. I know.
I just never heard that anyone say that.
No, not no. Deb, Adam's grounded. I can't take this cancer anymore. He's so vicious. Are you really in my same aquatic pool? Really? I don't
Aquatic
even know.
pool? You mean
Yeah,
Zodiac?
Yeah, that thing. Like the aquatic, our crab sign, or a water sign. Yeah. If I could drown you, maybe something, in a pool. But sometimes, Deb, cancer just aren't always the best people. They are. I mean, they try to be. They try. I agree, Sonny. Adams needs a spanking. I kind of felt like you did too, to be honest. And that's why Adam doesn't get a part of any donation that happened tonight for that reason. We'll teach him, Deb. We'll teach him. We'll show him. Yeah, you can gloss all you want, Adam. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Cover either his info was bullshit or he couldn't shut the F up and blew his cover. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened, Mike. Something like that. It was basically something like that. I remember him showing me this message. Ooh, oh, Steve's still in our chat. Whoa, past your bedtime there, buddy. Way past your bedtime now. See, Steve, this is where it gets triple X now. Okay, no, even confidential informants have to be understandable. You know what, Steve? I really want you to come on one of our shows soon. And I want you to talk about that stuff. I keep meaning to ask you, will you come on our show? Like, just let me know a date that you can come on with us. And besides August 25th, which is a Thursday, because that's when we're having Angela Thomas.
Right.
The psychic medium.
If you want to message me, we can set something up.
Oh, okay. Steve, just ignore that comment over from there. Yeah, okay. I know. But yeah, I really would like to hear that from your perspective. Would that be okay with you? Or will you be fishing? Or is Adam kind of scaring you now? Michael has me booked.
There's that wit and charm.
Yeah. I wouldn't even call that wit and charm. That was just funny. No. Yeah, that was good. So, AKA, right, obviously. Well, Steve, we don't want to pry into your time with Michael, of course. No. We want you to suffer. I mean, enjoy all that time with Michael, of course.
Right.
But can you fit us in after that? Yeah.
See you Wednesday night. Steve, see you Wednesday night at 9:30.
Yeah, Wednesday night, 9:30. We'll just book you in. Something.
You'll be done with your show after 8.
Right. See you. Yeah. So see you Wednesday, Steve. I mean, the only way I'm going to get closer to you.
I probably won't be here.
Oh, wait, really?
Sonny will be like, pfft.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'll be like, I'll always be there for you, Steve. I'll always be there for you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't really see him answering too fast.
Right.
Not exactly sure.
You'll boot me. You will have fired me by then. So you'll be like, no, Adam won't be here. So you can come on in, Steve.
Yeah. I'll just, you know what? I would love to have one of those things for you, Adam. Every time I think of this, I know that, whatever. The dating game back in the day? The dating game where you had like Adam and then you had like 3 individuals.
The one Ted Bundy was on?
Was he on that one?
Yeah.
Was he truly on that show? You're right. He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he even I think he got picked as the date.
You know what? I remember them not even that long ago seeing them like show that actually on something I was watching. You're right. That was crazy. So we're just going to take Steve's slowness of answering just to be a yes. He's probably in a private email right now going, you know what? You guys are the best channel ever. Of course, I'll be there for sure. No problem. Whatever. Yeah. He's just obviously, I don't even know. I think I don't even know what he's doing actually. Yes, that's the dating game.
Steve can come on this show Wednesday night, and then I'll go on Steve's show with Mrs. Steve, and Steve can come on here with you and Deb.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I think that we've had a long enough time tonight. Yeah, we're good. You mean Rodney? Who's that?
Did I completely make that up, Teresa?
Oh, did he make? Really?
I might have it might have been a completely different killer. I might have made it up 100%.
Mm-hmm. Derek Farmer, you better watch it or next it's your turn. Actually, we'll have to bring Derek Farmer on for a live as well.
Yeah,
again.
I love Derek.
Yeah, and I won't tell you look like Michael or sound like Michael again. No, honestly, I had little dealings with them. See, at one point, did you see where he said, yes, I would love to come on your live Wednesday? Are you seeing anything of that in that comment that took forever to come out?
I can
Honest,
I can read between those lines.
I was going to say, if you jumble the words up, I'm pretty sure we can spell I would love to join your live on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we could find that. I don't see no W though.
Yeah, Teresa, you're right. I am sorry. That was not Ted Bundy. It was, you're right. I don't know. Why did I think that? Why was I convinced? Why did I convince myself that was Ted Bundy?
Oh, salad. Did you get salad out of all that? Yeah. Honestly, I had little dealings with them. I believe they hurt certain. Oh, he is answering us. Honestly, I had little dealings with them. I believe they hurt certain investigative skills and most. Oh, I see. So you're saying that you have nothing to offer us on Wednesday? Is that what you're saying, Steve? Or would you just like to come on because we're us and you miss us? And sometimes you're just like, hey, a day, daylight come and you want to come on.
Hey, we're dropping people by the minute now, Sonny.
Oh, that's because of you, Adam. No, that wasn't because of me. Or my singing. Now, if Deb was on here singing, every time I see that picture now of her looking at her husband, I was like, she's singing, isn't she? She's singing or giving him shit. One of the two things is happening going on. Anyways, you guys, I think it's time to call it a night. Now we're just sitting here.
And if anyone that's watching this on replay has any comment or question, please don't hesitate to leave a comment under the video. And we can always reach out to Paige if you have any questions or anything.
Or she has her own channel. Let's post that link again quickly. So again, we have Extracted Thoughts, which is Blaine's channel, and I'm just going to drop Paige's right here quickly. So if anyone does want to start and be one of the first subscribers on Paige's channel, even though she doesn't have her thing showing. But anyways, there's that. I was going jugging for Catfish Wednesday.
Water levels are probably pretty good there, aren't they, right now? I was looking at your lake level the other day, and I noticed that you guys are doing pretty well for this time of year.
I get it, Steve. All your time right now is based around fishing. Yeah. Who's Sunny? Who's that, Deb? Who's Adam? Yeah. We didn't nobody's anymore. We don't matter. It's okay. We matter to somebody. Somebody loves us. Oh, Summer Pool. Oh, yeah. It's amazing how fast he types when he's talking about fishing. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it? Okay, Steve's busy noodling. He's playing with his wackadoodle in the water. Okay, so I just dropped Blaine's link from Extracted Thoughts. Obviously, Adam loves it when I say wackadoodle on there. I'm so glad to catch a live. I'm going to have to ask my grandkid to help me become a member. Oh, I'm not tech savvy. You know what? It's about a minute process. Wanda, all you have to do is hit that join button. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Wanda, yeah, whenever, if you ever you want to become a member, you know what? We will be opening up a Patreon actually. Um, and I still got to finish it. I just have to decide what it is that the Patreon wants to offer. But I want it to offer things that you will not see on here. It will be stuff that, there's stuff that you just won't see me post, because it's stuff that's either gorier or things that I just don't want to show on the live, in a sense. I mean, there's always that moral compass for the most part, but still, although fighting for the truth will always be the thing. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I've always heard of the Patreons for a long time, and other channels having them and stuff like that. And so yeah, so we're just kind of like working on it behind the windows there, behind the scenes. And yeah, we'll let you know when that drops, but it will be meant specifically for the Patreons.
Yeah.
Not
I'm a big
anybody.
fan of Patreon.
What
I'm a big fan of Patreon.
Yeah, I know about it. I've been a part of a Patreon channel for painting, for true crime. I've been in them myself. Anyways, I just kind of like the whole, I mean, I just, there's so many different things out there, but I know a lot of people have the Patreon channel, but to me, that Patreon channel to me means basically having access to whether it's to us or whether it's to information that we don't necessarily would share, to the videos or the lives, or even to the Facebook groups and stuff like that. It's just more of a behind the scenes type of idea. But anyways, haven't really decided. I did every part of the setup until it got to the tiers, and I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta think. I just don't want to put one out. I want us to like think about what we want to offer properly.
Yeah.
Juggling is, juggling. Steve, you don't even get me started, because when he uses that word, juggling.
He means fishing with your bare hands.
Well, I was thinking about my husband always wanting to juggle,
I know, but he means when you fish with your bare hands. When you just like reach down in the water and grab a fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not talking like,
Boobies. No?
But I
All
would
right.
pay to see Steve do that.
Well, that's because my husband always says, let me juggle these things. So when he's using that word, I'm just like, oh, jugging. It's not even juggling.
Jugging,
it's jugging. Oh. Time to go.
This is when I need Deb here, so that I don't feel like I don't feel like I am the one that has to clutch my
The only
pearls.
person going, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I thought you said juggling. And I was just like, juggling? Husband always says that. But you jugging. Okay. Sorry. Obviously, I'm the best fisherwoman ever. Yeah.
And as Derek Farmer said, you have to let it grab you.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. On that note, because I swear to God, I was like, I seen juggling. Yeah. Well, thankfully, you have Adam to pull the show together. Yes, Adam, thank you again.
Clutch my pearls and I'll pray for you.
Yeah. As brilliant as it is. Okay. So what is tonight?
Tonight is Sunday. We will see everyone on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Where Steve from True Crime Web will be joining us at 9:30.
Yeah. Exactly. Because he's not going to be jugging anything at all, besides jugging how fast he's going to get here. Actually,
no, it's dangerous to do that. It's dangerous to do that at
9:30. Yeah. You know what? That's what it is. Jugging. Except for this water. Boring. I've been jugging it. That's what we're going to call it. Whenever I'm drinking, you see me drinking, I'm jugging it. It's my new way of fishing. Yeah.
And again, we would like to thank Paige and Kaylin for coming on.
Yeah, and first for Belinda as well.
Absolutely.
And Grizz, and Dee, and everyone that's suffering with COVID right now. Yeah, again, prayers to everyone on their, and yeah, you know what, Grizz, keep taking those hot toddies. And just when you haven't, think you haven't had enough, take another. And I insist on that. Hot toddies are a good way to go. Just stick your head out in the hand and let them catch on and pull you. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
And thank you for the new subscriber. Or sorry, the new member. Shit. What was the name? Shit. Right at the start. Let me just take a quick look because I don't want to miss saying it. Memberships. That was June. That was it. So June, thank you very much. And Sloop, Jetta, Lake Michigan, Derek Farmer, thank you guys so much for your contributions. I feel like it's because Deb wasn't on that we got those donations tonight. You guys don't even have to say anything to that because I just feel like, oh, Deb's not on. I love Sunny and Adam more. So, thank you so much.
Deb, I miss you.
Oh my God, shut up. Bless Foobom. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Love you. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Peace. Thanks, Mods. D. Ashley. Thank you, Derek Farmer, Jetta, Boston Christian, Jumpin' Jack Flash. Again,
Sunny.
Paige. Go ahead. Yeah, Paige
I was going to say, and Sunny, thank you for providing this platform.
I don't take him seriously now. You're welcome. Oh, Leah Angel. Good night, Leah. I love you, Adam. I love you, Deb. Chaotic. You said my name last. Still, whatever. Love you. Love you, Chaotic. Love you, Cold Truth, even though you're not here. Anybody else? Daisy. All right. Daisy. Polygraph. And Jill Moser. Everybody. Journey. Wanda. Anybody else? True Crime Web. Kind of love you, too. I think, well, Adam loves your wife more, apparently, though. And I think that's about it. Mike Osborne, Jetta, Rebecca Rose, everybody. Okay. Darn it. See, Adam, the problem was here. You actually went past the 2-hour mark. I was like, it was 2 hours. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, we just blew that. You know what I hit?
Chaotic said you said hi last.
All right. Tit for tat, right? I mean, if that's how you're going to pay me back, then I get it. Good night. Good night, you guys. Have a great night. See you on Wednesday, okay?
Thank you, everyone, so much. Good night.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have a special guest. His name will be Steve from True Crime Web, just saying. Or not. No pressure, Steve. Just see you on Wednesday. Have a good night. We'll force him on. Dear. Twist his. Oh, I didn't end broadcast.